Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and dudes of all teen ages. My name is Bonk MK. I'm here, and y'all are there. So, we're about to start this off with a portion that's more so catered towards the folks who were here for part 1. Or did they're studying and watched the VOD of part 1. But yeah, we're gonna be doing a fucking quiz on Kahoot. Oh yeah, by the way, new webcam. The lighting isn't really doing the quality justice, but it's a lot nicer, isn't it? But yeah, I really hope this works. This took, like, all day to make. I mean, I procrastinated a lot, but, like, still. HBO Max Bonk. I am not playing, bro. Alright. What do you say we just... should I wait for people? Is everyone here? Like, are we all ready? Here, I'll set up the lobby, and then we'll, get into this. I think we're all good on the... yeah, all these settings. I just hope it works, because I'm not playing with, like, the premium Kahoot membership or anything like that. That's really fucking loud. But yeah, I'll let the class join in. Probably give it, like, what, 5 minutes? Everyone's gonna enter with names that I just don't know. Except Sonichu. This is amazing. Oh, we got a good one. I'm in front of it though. It's your mom. Pretty good. That's good.
Wonderful.
Pandachu. I like everyone's kind of getting in touch with their sonas. Faragachu. I was kind of expecting Faragachu, but it's not there. I've never seen somebody so excited for an online quiz, let alone an online quiz that is happening a day earlier than it's supposed to. Dickachu. True and honest Jay-Z. I know the internet comedians really want to come up with the funny names, and that's why I'm giving them a lot of time to come in here. Hey, Madison. How you doing, baby boo? You here for the quiz? How's it gonna work with delay? You just don't be ass. You all have delay. It doesn't change anything. That was always what pissed me off doing Kahoots, like, in real school, was, like, all the fucking white girls with, like, the newest iPhones always had, like, an advantage. And then I would just have, like, my dad's hand-me-down Galaxy S6 or whatever in a time where, like, the S8 was out. This is Sunday school. It's the realest it's gonna get. The white girl iPhone X meta was rough indeed. I feel like I'm expecting more than 11 people in here. You're gonna fail the test? There's 25 questions, by the way. I decided this time, for this one, I'm not gonna have anyone have to do a short answer or written response, whatever you want to call it yet. Just multiple choice. I think there's like 2 true or false, And I kind of skimped on the questions from, like, part 3. It's more so, like, part 4. My bad. It's more so questions from parts 1 through 4.5, but I had to get it done. It's cumulative. I'm gonna read the questions out loud, don't worry. Still people coming in. There we go. Again, I'm gonna take it slow, because I know all the internet comedians are really trying to come up with a really funny, epic Reddit name. Do you have time to go pee-pee? I'll wait for you to go pee-pee. It's okay. You want a brap? I'm guessing that this one's badge, so I'll just ban him. Oh shit! My bad. Can you get back? Can you get back in? I thought it was just gonna, like, prompt me before it would just boot you like that. Thanks, Lyndon. I take good pride in it. Alright, so he's back, don't worry. It's a good thing that it's not like Smash where, like, if you kick someone from, like, the arena, they just can't come back. So that's good. Bonk's Dirty Hands, thanks for coming. Thank you for coming. Thanks. Pretty cleansely, though. There's still people joining. Someone left. And then joined again. Kind of disappointed by this turnout, but I'll get started. I think we're ready to go. Oh, I don't give a shit about the Twitch turnout. I mean the turnout for the quiz. Feel me? Fuck the Twitch numbers. Alright, I'm gonna start in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, kids! Here we go. What was Chris Chan's first word? Bob? Squirrel? Money? Or monkey? I'm disappointed. That was like the very first thing that we learned in the thing. Wow. Wow. I'm really disappointed already. No one studied. Alright, we got Mage in the lead. And then, Junkie makes sense unless I just kill him right now. I'm better than that. So we got 4 people so far, 4 alphas. Chris wouldn't speak for blank years. 3? 5 years? Perhaps 8? Or was it 6? Someone... Yeah, you know, and no one was gonna believe 8. But it was 6. I wonder what he would sound like if he didn't have that, if that never happened to him, though, you know? I imagine that whole it sounds like this, because he, like, didn't, you know, EV train his vocal cords. But here we go. Okay, a little turbulence going on down here. Next question. Who told Chris that Casper the Friendly Ghost was hiding under their house? Was it Tiffany Robinson, Sarah Hammer, Natasha Turner, or Kelly Andes? I think this one's pretty hard. It was Sarah Hammer, one of his very first, if not the very first gal pal that Christian ever had in his childhood. I don't really know how you can call that a gal pal justifiably when she does dramatic shit like that, but we got it. Alright, I think that's Badge with a streak. I just noticed there's not even 10... There's supposed to be more than 10 questions. True or false? Chris's father paid other children to be friendly to him. What's up, Halucha? I could have said Alexis, Texas. Yeah. Still can't believe that that's actually the case. That's unbelievable. Not too much of a change there. What was the first contest Chris ever entered? Was it the Harvey Birdman commercial contest? The Pokemon Books-A-Million costume contest? The Chop Chop Master Onion's Rap Showdown contest? Or the Sonic the Hedgehog Watch and Win sweepstakes contest sweepstakes? Alright, yeah, I figured... This was the only other one that was really gonna trip people up, because no one knows who Parappa is when you're like too young. It was gonna be between these two, so that's good. You guys aren't that stupid. Yeah, Junkie really needed that one. What was Chris's Spanish name? Was it Enrique, Ronaldo, Tito, or Ricardo? Yo hablo español. Someone said Tito. I was really hoping that I would catch someone with that, because that was, remember, if anyone remembers from the stream, that's what I said my Spanish name was. Not Chris's. I'm surprised no one fell for Ronaldo either. I literally Googled, like, Spanish names that start with R. Bonsai, you're disabled. You just shouldn't be competing. Question number 7. In this video he made for school, Chris complains about getting an F in what class? Alright, well in the video he goes, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Christian Chandler Show! It was English, alright? I'm glad you guys remembered that, because in the video, he does a poem. I was only going to show the first part of it. I don't know why that fucked up, because it was working when I was making the quiz. Maybe it's because I'm on a free account. That's really sad. Question 8. After Quick's Pokesite went down, Chris made a new website called Chris Chan's Pokesite, Quickville Site, Quick's Pokesite 2, or Chris's Pokepark. The Squeakwool. It was Pokesite 2, but honestly it could have been any of them, because this is the most unoriginal name. It's almost like he expected everyone to think that the arrival of the sequel website was going to be this grand thing that everyone was ready for, but no one knew about the first site's existence to begin with. Kinda sus. Mage is killing it. Ooh, double points on this one. Why did Chris create Sonichu? Was it because he wanted to combine his two lifelong heroes? Was it because he wanted Bionic to have a friend? Did he want to add more variety to his wall of original Pokemon cards? Or was it to avoid putting copyrighted characters in his computer graphics project? Could be anything. It was this one. His normal plan of putting a shitload of video game characters on the screen almost didn't work, but he found a loophole. Next question. Fuck. Who did Chris take to the senior prom? Was it Kelly? Tiffany? Your mom? Or his mom? For my money, you know, am I allowed to pick it? I don't want to touch it. I was really hoping Badge would, like, commit to the meme and pick this one, but yeah, this one could have been anything. I think a lot of people remembered Kelly being the gal pal that he talked to the most after high school, and Tiffany was the one who he danced with at prom, but he ended up taking his mom. And there's supposed to be 15 more questions, but, you know, so close, Jay-Z. You really did make a comeback, though, from the bottom. Mage ended up in second. And who's that? Ah! Mommy? I'm kind of upset that we didn't get to look at the other questions. That's fucking stupid. Wait, I literally wasted like half of my day making 15 more questions. No, wait. So, wait. Are these more people? What the fuck? God? It was still good. It was still pretty good, but that only, like, went up to the end of part 1, like, perfectly. We're not gonna do it again. I want to see why... Wait, what? Alright, wait. I know what I'll do. Does this keep all of my questions? Yes, it does. If I start a free trial, I'm gonna forget it and it's gonna bill me later. Wait, I don't want you guys to see my information. If it comes up. What the fuck do I do? I want you guys to see all these other questions. Alright, you know what? Honestly, let's just get rid of the first 10. And then just redo it. I don't give a fuck. It's all recorded now. I'm a little annoyed, but we'll be better next time. Yeah, I know you can see the answers, but hopefully you're all stupid anyway. So let's do it again. Let's go again. Jesus Christ, that's so loud. I didn't think it was gonna suck. It's the first time, alright? So this is gonna be 10 more questions. Going through, basically, it should be questions from both part 2 and part 3. The first one was only part 1. You knew the mom one? That was pretty good. I like that one. She came for quick. This dude is out here with the spoilers. I already know that's Jay-Z. That's crazy. I'm gonna give it like another minute. Just because everyone's here anyway. We got 13 people. 12? Not Mage. That's Jason. What if everyone was just a Mage? Alright, here we go. What was what? Wait! No, wait, fuck! No. What? Why? How? I deleted the shit. What? Hey, Junior.
Shut the fuck up!
Here, wait. I don't want you to see the answers. Just hold on. Why is it asking questions that aren't in there anymore? What's this gonna look like if I demo it myself? practice. Let me practice it real quick, guys. Game on! Hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm up against Nancy, the CPU. Alright, what question is... No, it's still asking me what his first word is, but the question literally isn't even in there. I'm pissed. Fuck, how should we do this? I'm upset. Why doesn't it let me do more than 10? If I knew that, I would have made separate quizzes for every part. Get the free... Alright, alright. Nobody look. Nobody look. I'm so sorry. It never told me this until I'm raging right now. I'll do this quick. I have to put in my school name? What if I put in Piedmont, Virginia Community College? Or Kutztown, you know, because I went there. I'll do that. You're late to the first part, but luckily for you, Takumi, it didn't actually work out completely flawlessly, so there's still 15 questions that you can possibly be here for. Just give me a second, I gotta get the free trial. University of the Guide. No. Start my free trial. Wait, why is my card not working? Your card is not allowed to complete this transaction. Please contact your bank or try another card. Why? I've literally never had that come up. What if I do PayPal? It'll let me do PayPal. Let's see. Oh, almost. Wait. I just got a Gmail. Alright. We're back, boys. So... why is this not showing like the other... Kahoot is being most unbait. Oh wait, no. I think we're good. I think we're good. Please don't shut up with the answer. Don't look. Play now. Here we go. Alright, boys. No more slow in the mind, Kahoot. We're ready this time. First, so in the mag? It doesn't matter. Anyone with a name that you can't recognize is gonna win anyway, so like, it's fine. Oh shit, we've got people referencing the lore. We got Wes Isley in here. I saw a 16th person dip, so let's give them a second to see if they respawn. There's Riftinichu. Riftinichu. Think we're all ready? Oh, alright. There are two mages, three mages. Here we go, boys. We're back. It's gonna ask what his first fucking word. 1 of 15. Alright, we're doing it. Double points to start this one off. Where did Chris go to college? Was it Piedmont, Virginia Community College, Virginia Commonwealth University, Lord Fairfax Community College, or Blue Ridge Community College? I totally didn't say the answer 5 minutes ago. Don't worry about that. How did people still get that wrong? We literally... So the people that clicked on blue only clicked on blue because they saw when I was previewing it in the edit screen how the check mark was on there. But they didn't pay attention to the fact that I set it to randomize the order of the answers. So good going, dunce. You fucking stupid, worthless Republican cur. Anyway, this word vomit is in the lead. What was the first Sonichu medallion made of? Was it pipe cleaners and Shrinky Dinks? Model magic? Play-Doh? Or modeling clay? TikTok. I'm slowly rebuilding it in my Minecraft world. That's right. It was Crayola fucking model magic. I'm glad I got some people with the Play-Doh. I was proud for remembering the Play-Doh existed. Oh, big change here. Jacob is now in the lead. He's remembering more of the recent stuff, so I get that. He's more of a fresh in the mind learner. Wes Isley, one of Chris's mortal enemies, has stepped into the ring. Matt Lamar, a fellow Christorian indoctrinated by yours truly. Blind Chew, he literally can't see, but I'm assuming that's Bonsai because he's playing via audio. Somehow he's winning, somewhat. And I'm assuming that this is Badge. Anyway, next question. Why did Chris get fired from Wendy's? TM. Was it because he drew an unflattering caricature of a female coworker? Was it because he scared a child with his Donald Duck impression? Was it because he takes breaks too frequently? Or was it because he refused to swap his dirty uniform with a clean one? Oh. Nice job, guys. It was both. This is the one that more people like to imagine was the reason because it's funny, but it probably was a culmination of these first two. So good on you guys for remembering that. Nice job. I'm liking the mixed answers here. Monkey Brain is on a roll. This term refers to the incredibly high probability that any girl Chris tries to talk to is already taken. Sad. Is it noviophobia? The infinitely high boyfriend factor? Boyfriend-free girl? Or love quest? Hope you studied your vocab. Nice work. It's the infinitely high boyfriend factor. Noviophobia is only a result of the infinitely high boyfriend factor. This, at the end of the day, is overall the most concerning thing in Chris's way during his love quest. In his hopes of finding a sweetheart to raise from the ground up. ML is in the lead. Who is responsible for confiscating Chris's attraction sign? Is it his English professor, his tennis professor, Mary Lee Walsh, or Megan Schroeder? This one should be pretty easy. I still need this to be in Junkie's texture pack, by the way. It was Mary Lee Walsh. His English professor actually kicked him out of his class because he, I think he decided to, he had a issue with the main character in the book they were reading for the class being an autistic character or something like that, and he just felt offended for some reason. But no, it was Mary Lee Walsh, and she will return as a very prominent villain in the comic series. And not much was lost. What does Chris give Barbara for Christmas of 2004? Is it A, a Fraggle Rock DVD, B, a Hamtaro plushie, C, a Lego snowboarding set, or D, a snow globe? I wish I got a snow globe. I'd call it a no globe. It was actually all three. He gave the DVD to his dad after he just... Actually, he didn't give the DVD to his dad. He gave his dad VCR cassette tape version of what was on the DVD because he wanted to keep the DVD for himself. And then he gave all three of these to his mom. Nice going, Chris. All three of these are completely useless to an adult in her status. She can't even handle getting hugged by you. What makes her you think that she's going to be able to put together a Lego set? A little ham towel plushie is a little baby hamster. Yeah. Next question. According to Sonichu issue 0, how was Sonichu born? Was he adopted by Chris, who taught him how to zap to the extreme? Did he evolve from a Pikachu after violently colliding with Sonic? Did he evolve from a Pikachu after being exposed to the 7 Chaos Emeralds? Or did he evolve from a Pikachu after being swallowed by perfect chaos? Yeah, it really... This is, like, the only, like, plausible... I mean, the Chaos Emeralds kind of...
What does Scooby do?
Thanks, bud. This one I can see... That was kind of just a throwaway, though, to be honest, because, like, oh, the Chaos Emeralds. He must have been exposed to the Chaos Emeralds. But actually, he literally, if you look at the comic, just smacks into Sonic, and that's it. I'm glad that the picture tricked somebody into picking A, though, because he does call Chris his father for literally no reason. He has nothing to do with the creation of Sonichu, aside from the creative part. In episode 3 of Sonichu issue 0, Sonichu confesses that, like Chris, he hates blank. Is it A, gays, B, minorities, C, pickles, or D, women? It could be anything. And I don't think it's just Chris that shares these dislikes. Someone actually picked woman. Well, at least most of you remembered. Next question. According to Sonichu issue number 1, Blatchu's creation was the product of Sonichu's DNA and blank. Is it A, Sprite Cranberry, B, ink, C, Cherry Cola, or D, tar? Minority. That's right. It was Cherry Cola, not Sprite Cranberry. That wasn't fucking invented yet, you stupid, worthless cur. That's my favorite word now. I'm going to glower at any curs that put this as an answer. Oh shit. What prompts Chris and Sonichu to have this very iconic exchange? What the? Sonichu, run! You don't have to tell me twice, but during the Stone Age... Was it because Mary Lee Walsh was attacking Quickville with her stone golem? Was it cavemen? Was it Nate Cirque sending them back in time with chaos control? Or was it Wesley Sonichu attacking from above? It was Wesley Sonichu. But honestly, you would only know that if you saw the upper half of the picture. To this day, no one knows what he fucking meant by that. Question 11. After he finally hones his psychic powers and evolves, Magichan Sonichu blanks. Is it A, cries, B, teleports, C, grows a pickle, or D, farts? That's right! He did fart! He evolved with so much energy after being mentored by Mewtwo that he just had to expel a little bit of extra psychic power overflowing from his rectal region. Happens to the best of us. Through Megan, Chris was introduced to blank and blank. Is it A, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Sailor Moon, B, Yu-Gi-Oh! And My Little Pony, C, Sailor Moon and Transformers, or D, Sailor Moon and My Little Pony? You want a big brap? It was Sailor Moon and My Little Pony, lest we forget this fucking abomination that happened. What the fuck is this? This is real fucking hair on this stupid horse. He looks like he's rusting and succumbing to an illness. Bonsai quit. Very sad. We're almost done. How did Chris cope with the death of Patty? God rest her soul. Did he start giving himself bally scratches like he used to give to her? Did he make her a character in his comic? Did he decide to stop speaking again? Or did he just get another dog? He made her a character in his comic. In an admittedly very creative way. But I kind of like to imagine that he started giving himself bally scratches too. Because that's kind of wholesome. Getting another dog is actually foreshadowing for other pets that he'll have later down the line, but we're not even close to getting there yet, so just hang tight. Question 14. Another double points! In his letter to Mrs. Sanford, Chris catches her up on his entire life since middle school, and also advertises his Sonichu comics, offers her a copy of his Yep, I'm on TV DVD, rants about how much he hates Mary Lee Walsh for ruining his love quest, or D, brags about how he's guaranteed to get with Megan. That's right! He did all of those things in a letter to his teacher that was one of the only positive influences on his entire life. I'm really proud of him for throwing it all away by just asking her to do all of these really not appropriate for someone who helped you through that point of your life type of deal. So that was cool. Free double points, yeah. Congratulations, everybody. Last question, true or false? Blatchew falls in love with Angelica Rosechew after becoming a good guy. Look at this little stallion. Oh, that you were supposed to overthink that one. There was too much to take in. Yeah, that could have been anywhere, but he actually falls in love with Bubbles, so. Kind of an anticlimactic question to end it on. Again, I kind of got halfway through part 4 and was just like, I can't fucking do this anymore, so let's see the results! Here we go, boys. Monkey Brain in 3rd place. Congratulations! Wow, this guy's really smart with his corrections. I'm happy that he made it all the way to 2nd. But in 1st place, it's Wes Isley himself, ladies and gentlemen, the magician who does parties and spouse to Sarah Hammer. Congratulations. I don't even care about the runners-up. I don't even see your fucking names. You guys make me sick. But yeah. I'm disappointed in everyone. Why was there such a diaspora of answers? I thought you guys cared about the subject matter. I should have asked a question about the pre-evolution of Sonichu. That was one that I had considered, but I was just like, it's whatever. There were too many questions. Like, I kind of wanted to, after I did the first 10 questions in part 1, I was like, oh, part 1 had 10 questions on its own. I was like, I need to, you know, shrink it down to like 5 per video after that. And there were just too many about like the Sonichu lore. You've seen 0 videos of the Chris Chan Comprehensive History and you still knew like 5 answers. Didn't you watch it with me and Charlie one time in the past, like the original version of it? Not the entire thing, but like a good amount at least. Or maybe that was just Charlie. I don't know. Anyway, we are ready to continue on with part 5. So, yeah, let's just hop right in. Let's zap to the extreme. I don't know how many we're gonna watch tonight. Maybe we'll go all the way to, like, part 8. We'll see.
This way? What is the attraction? What keeps us fascinated? This is the story of Chris Chan.
Back to our hellish ritual.
Less than a week after Christian's Encyclopedia Dramatica page was created, someone updated it by uploading an infamous internet-based photograph called Goatsy, which graphically depicts a naked man stretching his anus with his fingers snugly within his rectum, dilating his orifice to an inhumane diameter. This upset Chris so gravely that he took it upon himself to edit the page to make himself appear more appealing. For example, a paragraph noting his racism was changed to, "Oh yeah, he's also old-fashioned. In his idea of a sweetheart, she is not black. He is cool with adoption, but his dream of his future daughter calls for blood, tears, and seminal descent." Not only did he reword sentences and correct historical inaccuracies, but he also extensively added personal information, a tactic which he called information overload.
This is what we talked about at the end of the last stream, by the way. So this is his response to people creating that Ed Page article on him. And he handles it in a way that could only be described as worse than the already established worst way to deal with it. So,
while his intention was to evoke sympathy,
yikes,
it only succeeded in fueling the fire for the trolls. In a way to reassert his heterosexuality, he uploaded several of his own sexually charged drawings, such as one of Sonichu and Rosechu having intercourse.
This is Jay-Z's favorite part.
Masturbating, Bubbles and Black Sonichu having sex, and an image called "She Came for Quick."
That's it.
Depicted Chris satisfying an unidentified naked woman with his fingers. Those exposed to the picture felt that the woman bore a striking resemblance to his twin sister Crystal, and were convinced that it was an illustration of incest. The fact that he captioned the image with "Your sister has come for me" didn't help.
These are not going in the
Outside
texture pack.
He reflected on his obsession with Megan, admitting that he no longer pined for her, and talked about pleasuring himself using his inflatable sex doll, Officer Nasty. He restated his purpose. "I will continue to shove the true facts from my heart and soul down your throats, only until you take this whole page down for good." Chris would go on creating new accounts and further altering the page for the next few years. As the year 2007 drew to a close, Christian bought an anime-styled sex doll named Kimmy and continued to email Megan, telling her that he would meet Lori soon.
We should make a Discord bot named Kimmy.
And on New Year's Eve, he sent an email to a friend of Megan's, which contained a new freestyle poem called "For My True Love, I Would." For my true love, I treat her tenderly, sweetly, gently, like a summer breeze. I'd caress her skin gently with my strong fingers. I'd take her to eat and provide for her to my ability. I'd start small at McDonald's, then let it get better in due time. If she is willing to allow the pleasure, I'd lay her down, caress her gently, tickle her fancy, have her tickle my fancy, and give it to her, with the learned, lonely experience I've endured. I love you will be shared daily with a French side dish. I am her soldier, to do for her as she sees fit. In January 2008, Christian created a Facebook account, which he used much in the same manner as his other social media outlets, such as MySpace. He managed to befriend several women in his general vicinity and tried to engage in conversations with them.
Why is he a pen spinner? Why do you say
I've
that?
read your profile and I find you quite interesting. You're pretty, honest, and smart. If you'd like, I'd like to meet you for a soda or coffee and get to know you better over a pleasant conversation. I also hope you will accept my friend request I have submitted earlier. Please reply if it's all cool. Okay, well, I'm 17 and about to be 18 in a few months, but yeah, I love to party and all that good shit, so hit me up. Cool, Christina. While I don't know what it means to hit me up, I'll assume it means to talk to you more. I look forward to meeting you in person and learning
The
more
fingers,
about you.
I figured.
If you need a tutor for a school subject, I can probably help you. I've excelled in math and English subjects. yo tom apostrophe a 2 años de español de nol en mi escuela secundaria, and I took 2 years of Spanish in my high school. Take care, Chris Chan. Okay, yeah, well, here's the thing. First of all, I'm 17 and or too old. And second of all,
Why does he have to say it like that?
third of all, I'm not into all that Christian shit, but I would still love to be friends with you. And I don't know very many Christians who like to party, cause I'm a hardcore party girl. So
I'm a hardcore party girl. Why does she write a period and then exclamation mark?
no, nothing like what you may be
It's
thinking.
like Chris if he was like a D-Gen party girl team. Like he's just talking to a mirror.
Also, I can party. I just don't get invited much. There's nothing wrong with simply meeting for a pleasant conversation and soda pop. I promise I would not lay a finger on you. Okay, well, a little FYI, I'm on probation and house arrest, and I might get locked up tomorrow for breaking my probation. So let's just take it day by day. I mean, I don't know Oo at all, and people might talk about me hanging with some older dude who I don't know. But I do hang at DQ, Dairy Queen, every day after school.
Proto-bail
So drop by
mates.
and see if Oo can find me.
How did he find her?
After Christian sent another message,
This girl is so random.
himself, communication with Christina ceased. He also engaged in a chat with Christy, who accepted his invitation.
She
for
never
a
comes up ever again. This part is so
He
strange to
declined
me.
her acceptance when she revealed that she was a single mother. He also messaged a Danielle, whose boyfriend in response threatened Chris. On January 20th, Christian pleaded on Facebook for people not to believe what has been written on Encyclopedia.
I am a good man.
There are some cyberbullies who have taken my words and feelings out of context and twisted them into meaningless mockery. Please do not believe those terrible rumors. I am a good man who needs a female sweetheart to soothe my pains from loneliness, stress of social influences, and heartaches. Please
Yeah.
help me, so I can help you one day. 4 days later, he described his near encounter with a lady at the Alderman Library. I was playing Sudoku on my PSP, and I was listening in on this conversation between a couple of cute ladies just to my right. I've enjoyed just listening to them talk about their things. I will not divulge any details, because I am the man who will keep a secret. Plus, I don't know all the details. Anyway, after one of the two left, the gal that stayed sitting next to me talked on her cell in what sounded like Dutch or German. It was the perfect opening for a conversation towards making a new gal pal. I had it in my head. Pardon me, I couldn't help but overhear you chat on your phone. But was that Dutch or German you were speaking? I had the nerve set up. I was raring to say it. But when I started to say it, the tension and my shyness and my autism choked me, literally. I could not even open my mouth to say anything. And she left. I'm kicking myself now.
What was gonna happen after you, let's say hypothetically, for the sake of the argument, that he asks the question and she answers yes or no. What next? Like, no. What was he gonna say? He has nothing. We know about him. He doesn't know. He has nothing to say after that.
Anyway, that is how shy I am. I'm so shy that I just freeze or choke upon starting to talk to a new girl I don't know yet. Through his Facebook updates, it was revealed that he regularly attended Grace Baptist Church in Charlottesville. Since Chris was told that Lori Lopez was going to go out with Joshua Martinez instead of Chris, he edited the ED page in order to convince the trolls to ruin Joshua's reputation.
Can I make the video louder? You probably have to turn it up. Sorry.
Now, if you really want to take down someone who has a reputation, consider one Joshua Martinez. Ladies come a-running from at least as far as New York City to his house in Dyke, Virginia. Not just any ladies, but stars like Megan Fox, Jessica Alba, Jessica Biel, Jessica Simpson, and plenty other whores. He also has been piggybacking on the stardom of Vanessa Hudgens, singing with her in her Latino albums, and starring with her in various HBO movies, and even worse, Transformers 2.
Bonsai.
He has her and some other gal named Brittany for both of his simultaneous girlfriends. Dual marriage in the works here. He's a more lucky SOB than I can ever surmount to. Ruin his reputation. Joshua Martinez. P.S. You did not hear this whole thing from me. The editors of the page didn't bite. In March, becoming increasingly troubled at all the attention Chris has been receiving, Megan requested that he take down all references to her on the internet. However, it was too late. She discovered that she came for quick pick and recognized the woman in it to be herself and confronted Chris. I didn't realize how much of an a-hole I could have been. I was caught up in the rage from that weekend in November when I did that. I couldn't even see straight, but I have done what I should have done long ago. Inform AOL, as well as other places on the web who can take down offensive websites and pages. I've really shot myself in the foot, and I am sorry. Not only am I mad at myself for being such a complete enraged a-hole, but my rage against those jerks who put that page up in the first place arose with greater flame because my closest friend got hurt emotionally. That's you.
I'm just watching you guys, like, just cringe to, like, all the beats where I know what's gonna happen in chat right now, and it's just, like, it's only gonna get worse.
I will see to that website's demise, or my name isn't Christian Weston Chandler. Megan, I'm sorry for hurting you. Megan, I'm sorry for hurting you.
How many
Megan,
parts are
I'm
there?
sorry for hurting you.
Part 45 came out
I
today.
think that repeating that phrase was enough recompense for Megan. His next email focused on his investigation on who took the picture of him at the game place, launching this entire campaign of hate against him. In response, Megan wrote about her shock concerning her depiction. I'm very much scarred by that image, and it will never leave me, and I can't decide what's worse, the image in general, or the fact you intentionally drew it and gave it to the webmaster for that site that you hate so much. Not only have you poured gas on the fire by doing that, adding obscenity to the already horrific site, but you have also embarrassed and humiliated me, and degraded and demeaned me, whether you realize it or not. Okay, well look, I'm unsure how I feel and what to do, so here's what I think. I'd like for you to just completely leave me alone for a while, until I can sort things out myself.
Forever.
You understand? It's not like I hate you, but I don't see you in the same light anymore, so just leave me be for a while. Let me try to recuperate with my few other friends, and maybe we can just start from scratch sometime.
I used to
Maybe.
have an AOL email.
Just depends on how I feel, okay? So please, let me be, and let me see how it goes, okay? Completely misunderstanding her point, Chris thought that the drawing upset her so because she was naive about sex and didn't truly understand what was being depicted, ironically revealing his own...
It it wasn't 6653, man. It was the 6653, man. It was the... That's so much funnier now.
ignorance regarding sex. You may or may not have had much exposure to sexual images as I've had, so the idea of a hand job, which was the act drawn as part of outer course versus intercourse, was a surprise to you. I'm sorry. If it helps put things into perspective, I can recommend finding information on the internet through this educational website I found through adameve.com.
He just doesn't get it. He thinks that she's, like, uneducated about sex. Like, part 3, and I think maybe also a little bit of part 2, but, like, a lot of part 3 was comprised of, like, here's a moment of Chris's life developing with the internet. And then, like, between each of those parts would be, like, a letter or email from Megan telling him to fucking stop. And he's just like, no, Megan, I want you to... No. Like, she knows, Chris. It's so sad.
The 40-Year-Old Virgin. That movie touches on some of the issues around sex and how it can really frustrate an older virgin who hasn't had the pleasure yet. Or I can loan you my copy of The 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Imagine Chris Chan offering you a copy of the 40-year-old version because he thinks that you are sexually inept.
The point is, allowing yourself more exposure to sex acts to make yourself feel more comfortable with that fact of life. In addition, he defended his actions. As for the drawings, while I have shoved the text information down your throat in an attempt to drown them in submission, there were too many images of penises, on there. I drew drawings promoting vaginas to go against those dickheads. I did the drawing of Sonichu f***ing Rosechu. I did the drawing of Bubbles getting it for Black Sonichu.
Yeah, getting it! Yeah!
Them up in the comic book.
Let's go!
I did the drawings of Angelica and Mary Lee Walsh, that witch hag. Masturbating.
Masturbating.
And I did draw a drawing of me giving you a hand job from among my adult fantasies, with your eyes censored to conceal your identity. It was a massive step outside of my boundaries, and I did it out of anger, and I regret having done it, and I'm really, really sorry. But we all do things in the heat of anger, and or out of our boundaries, that we end up regretting later. He proceeded to
If I ever get cancelled, I'm literally just gonna copy and paste that email.
remove all references to Megan from the ED page, including replacing the
That's my twit longer. That's sex 3.
drawing of her with a close-up of her groin. By Christian's reasoning, this succeeded in masking the true identity of the woman in question, even though everyone apart from
Chris, just get rid of it!
assumed it to be his hypothetical sister.
What are you doing?
Appropriate to upload the cover of his fictitious PlayStation game, Christian Weston Chandler's Adult Chronicles. Megan understandably took issue with his latest development. Okay. So instead of removing that one completely, you just enlarged my crotch. Thanks a lot. Why didn't you just remove it? Well, I'm sorry, but that just makes me more angry in a way. It's not that actual sex act that traumatizes me. It's the fact that you fantasize doing such things to me when you know I would never. It's like, how do I know you're not going to abduct me and such? That was a figure of
Like an
speech.
alien.
You know what I mean? It creeps me out if you have such thoughts about me. It's like you're stalking me, so you really need to back off. P.S. I think it's rather amusing how you complain of these people defiling you. Yes, many posts are ridiculous, but you have defiled Mary Walsh and our wonderful security officers, who are simply doing their job.
So something that I don't think the comprehensive history is ever going to tell you is that Megan is a bootlicker. And, you know, I'm a little bit more on the fence about the severity of how demeaning of a term that really is at the end of the day. But something that you might have missed, and I kind of wanted to make this a part of the quiz, but I just never got around to it, is that you guys might remember in part 3, aside from My Little Pony and Sailor Moon, Megan also kind of tried to manipulate Chris into buying World War II Nazi artifacts, like off of online auctions. So she's not just a bootlicker, she's a Nazi bootlicker. And I think later on you'll hear Bob call her a Nazi, so I just want you to know what he means whenever that comes up.
Then you defiled me and lied about it. You need to stop with this mindset that the whole world's
Megan's
against you and
based.
start taking some responsibility for once. Example, it's wrong to hate these people.
I'm a Jew and even I can see it.
Soliciting/loitering. Hey, at least they're doing their job, and I support that. In an attempt to find a resolution to the issue, Chris sent an email to the Wikimedia Foundation, asking if it were possible for them to take down the page due to the culture of bullying it produced, only to be told that Encyclopedia Dramatica was not part of Wikimedia, and thus they were helpless in the matter. Chris once
Uncancelable.
again emailed Megan berating ED, upset that the authors of the page assumed that the woman was his imaginary sister, who shared the name of his imaginary daughter, hence theorizing that Christian wanted to impregnate his mother so he could successfully have intercourse with his daughter, who was also his sister. He also revealed that drawing that image may have in fact prevented something even more heinous. As for the drawing itself, I realized that it was done not only out of inspired fantasy, angst against ED, and love for you, but also a major release for my crazy, mixed-up hormones. If I didn't have the foresight to put my pent-up frustrations and feelings in the form of something, I might have become an abusive maniac. So thank God for allowing me to release my bottled-up frustrations in a more positive, yet not so politically correct, and not physically hurting others method.
This is why this series exists. Remember at the start when I said I don't condone anything that's happened to Chris? I stand by that, of course. But you need to understand that it's not just a story of the things that happened to Chris. It's also the story of how Chris handles each of these situations. For every bad thing that happens to Chris, there is like an equally or exponentially worse response that comes out of him, which is why he kept getting cyberbullied. And obviously, his upbringing and his childhood and his mental state all play a part in that happening. But he has had several opportunities, which we know about, to turn his back on that, and he just doesn't do it. He just doesn't.
He insisted that if they ignore the webpage, the trolls would lose interest and forget about them. In the meantime, disgusted by everyone accusing him of having incestuous desires, Chris made it explicitly clear that the woman in the drawing was in fact his friend Megan.
Chris does hurt others.
Drawing pictures of himself having sex with his imaginary twin sister, to drawing pictures of himself having sex with his lost sailor soldier, Megan, who dumped his sorry ass for drawing the pic of him f***ing her. She never even had any inkling of interest in him.
The gameplay employees kind of suck too. Actually, they don't suck. They're just trying to run a nice establishment, and Chris is making that venue a lot more unsafe. So actually, they're okay.
Intolerable, sad sack loser.
As far as I'm aware.
There was nothing more he could do to save their relationship. By the end of April, Megan had severed all ties with Chris. As a result of his adoration for her, he had created a veritable shrine for Megan, comprised of her own drawings that she gave him, figurines, pictures, and other media which were inspired by his desire for her.
That's fucked up, but you already know that I gotta put a Megan shrine in my house in Minecraft, right next to the Scream Room.
Over the coming years, the shrine slowly dissipated.
That Yami Yugi figure? Wait, let me get a good look at that.
Figurines.
You go. Why does it look like that? It doesn't look official.
As an expression of humility, he uploaded an image gallery called, You Know What? I Hate Me Too, onto his ED page, which comprised of a selection of images from his comics, wherein he depicted himself getting beaten up, downtrodden, and looking unflattering. What's more, the pastor at his church discovered his online activities and subsequently expelled Christian from Grace Baptist Church. But he soon found refuge in Wesley Memorial United Methodist Church.
He got banned from his church because they found the ED page.
Add insult to injury, Michael Snyder, the manager of the game place, banned Chris from the store for 2 weeks, most likely due to his frequent outbursts of racism towards the African American children and the temper tantrums he threw whenever he lost, which eventually resulted in an overall drop in patronage.
This is a thing that happens, by the way. I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Before I played any other game competitively, when I was a little tyke. It's probably the worst environment that I could have possibly grown up when I was little, but it did put hair on my chest. It gave me opportunities to travel and maybe understand money a little bit more. Not really, but these were things that happened. People in the card game scene, even in better conditions than Chris is in, pull shit like that all the time.
In May, seemingly moving on from the events of the previous 2 months, Chris uploaded a gallery of photos onto the Adult Swim message boards of his Rock Band guitar controller, which he custom painted in the theme of the cartoon character Meatwad from the Adult Swim show Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
That's kind of relatable. I don't really have like a big story for this, but I remember in elementary school during like recess, me and my friends would always like LARP and play stuff like Star Wars. But there was this like one time where like everyone for some reason like watched Mega Man Star Force on Toonami when it was playing airing on there, and I decided it'd be fun to like make props for like everybody, and I wanted to make props for this one girl who I had a crush on at the time. I wanted to make her a copy of the guitar that Sonya uses in that game. So I made it like out of paper. Like I glued like 3 sheets of paper together so it would be like long enough to make the guitar, and I like cut it out. And I remember like my dad was like asking me what the fuck I was doing, and I was just like it's for a friend. It's for recess, Dad. But I made her this guitar because it was the weapon. I was a simp in 2nd grade, dude.
On May 11th, he was officially baptized at the Wesley United Methodist Church. In June, troubles with Chris at the game place escalated to the point that Michael Snyder permanently banned him.
It was
from
super
the
cringe.
establishment. In retaliation, Christian called over his parents, so Snyder called the police, as he was well within his rights to refuse service to anyone he saw fit. After this expulsion, the only form of regular social interaction he had left were his church activities. On June 25th, Brittany, who was someone who had become aware of Christian's antics online, wrote a lengthy email addressed to him in the hopes of convincing him to change his ways and move beyond always using his autism as a crutch. In August, Chris sent an email to someone he knew from the game place, letting him know that he had sent a letter of apology to Michael Snyder, but to no avail. In early August, Christian uploaded another video addressing the trolls who were dragging his name through the mud and blamed ED for the end of his relationship with Megan, threatening to cease publication of the upcoming Sonichu issue 7 until the page was taken down. Throughout the video, he uses his glasses and hands for
Ooh! Where are my glasses? I was gonna get my glasses so I could, like, tear them off. But, they're not in my closet. I was gonna reenact what Chris just did, but whatever.
To dramatically
That was probably really cringe now. I was gonna channel bonk the Waz.
I present
I'll find them later.
to each and every one of you. Y'all should know me by now, but if you don't, I am Christian Weston Chandler, the original creator of
The
Electric Hedgehog Pokemon, back on March 17th, 2000. Any day
The
or void. I have a whole bunch of people on the internet give me hate.
I need my Waz.
And I do not appreciate it. Takes me off. Y'all think I'm just a sap, a chump, dumbass, whatever you...
Yeah, Panda. There are so many videos where he's just holding a controller. It's like me when I'm doing my Pro Guides live class. Anytime that I'm, like, talking and I'm holding my fucking controller while I'm trying to, like, make a point or whatever, like, I literally feel like I'm Christian because this happened so many times with him.
You may think, but you know what? You, every last one of you who has expressed against me, you're the shitheads.
He once again reiterates that he is not a homosexual.
Every one of you who thinks I'm homo and calls me that because I am not, I'm straight.
I'm left-handed. I write with my left hand.
You're the homos. Every last one of you.
Nor is he a pedophile.
I am not a pedophork, you dorks.
He expresses his disgust for the pornographic images others have uploaded to the ED page, stating that he prefers vaginas, referring to them by the euphemism China.
The hatred I'm getting from every last one of you who has contributed to that Encyclopedia Dramatica webpage, and every other forum, internet document, lewdly drawn pictures with dicks. I love dykes. Dykes. China. I'm straight. If I see a dick, I just look away with a moment of being freaked out.
I pretend I do not see it.
He confirms once and for all that the woman pictured in She Came for Quick is Megan.
And by the way, that is not Crystal, whose eyes are censored. That is Megan.
Just get the fuck rid of it!
And just for taking it up and twisting it around as such.
He describes his simple and wholesome wish for the future.
If I ever do find the one that is to be my sweetheart, I will give her such care, such tenderness, such love. We get around to hanky-panky, that's fine. That's good. We get married. I will have my God called daughter. She will be taken care of lovingly. Those of you who mock me otherwise with such frivolous, lucrative adultery.
Chris, enough with the $10 words.
Hear any more new stuff. It will weigh on your conscience with me, tearing at your souls emotionally. I'll leave you with any other thoughts.
He restores the waz.
But if you dare twist these words around, that will weigh worse on your conscience. The words that I provide
Souls.
from sound mind and heart.
Fetch me their souls.
I don't have that bound to a button, so I didn't think to use it.
It will weigh heavily on you.
2 days later, the Christian page was declared Article of the Now on Encyclopedia Dramatica.
Quick the
One
waz.
day, Chris emailed Bill O'Reilly from Fox News, Dateline NBC, and NBC Nightly News about his conflict with Encyclopedia Dramatica.
Press 1 if you only know who Bill O'Reilly is because you saw the Brental Floss Mega Man video 15 years ago.
Apparently for the second time. I wish to re-report the heinous webpage of worst levels of mockery against me. This webpage has been haunting me since it originated around Halloween.
You're all fucking kids, shut up. Damn it.
As the creator of the
This is the only reason I know. Wait, we're gonna take a detour. This is the fun part for me. Because I've seen this shit like 10 times already. Brental Floss, Mega Man. Mega Man 2 with lyrics, Brental Floss. This video from 2008 is the only reason I know who Bill O'Reilly is.
Gotta run now. Hence Riley, gotta climb now. Way up highly. Gonna get you, Dr. Wiley.
This was like
Mega Man, here's my mega plan. You die! Gotta run now.
this was like the most based video back in 2008.
Gotta get that balding ass face. I am Mega Man, I eat Mega Plan, but why?
It was 2008. It was a different time. It was a different time.
Nasty son of a tape, he can't escape. So slyly, but not this time. He thinks he's leaving, but he ain't. Gotta run now. Kill Flash Man, gotta run now. Also Crash Man, but I'm not gonna play the one with Slash Man. MM2 was tight, MM7 shite for real. C3 was good and 4 was pretty good. And 5 and 6 were okay, but 7 sucked big dinosaur ball.
Why though? 7 is so good. This video is also the reason why people like hated on 7 for the longest time.
Pow, pow. Gotta run now. Guy Smiley, gotta climb
This is
now.
it.
Bill O'Reilly, gotta get
Fuck it! That's the only reason I knew who Bill O'Reilly was.
declaring him the head troll and directed the majority of his hatred.
Yeah, for 2008, like, there wasn't much else
Recorded another video
good on
urging
YouTube.
Fans of Sonichu to help take down the ED page, under the impression that he had more fans than he actually did.
Attention, all Sonichu fans on the internet who do not hate me, Christian Weston Chandler. For I have an important message for y'all. If y'all would actually like me to bring up new stuff for Sonichu and conclude the stories, you could do so by having that Encyclopedia Dramatica page taken down so that I can feel more comfortable in drawing and coloring the comics.
I love how he says all Sonichu fans that don't hate me. As if there's a divide. It's like the actual Sonic fan base.
Y'all have grown to love. If you want to send all your complaints for me not doing the work that I should be doing, you could send every last complaint to the one called Jason Kendrick Howe, also known as Howe Games or Liquid Snake. For he
Foreshadowing.
and I quote, in an email he sent me, the creator of the Encyclopedia Dramatica ED page for me.
He urges everyone to send their hate to Kendrick Howell.
And that's for you, Jason Kendrick Howe. As sure as I am to get at least 1 ounce of vagina, I have your number, and you're going down.
2 days later, Chris celebrated the apparent fall of AD. In reality, the website was experiencing frequent outages and slow load times due to the increased site popularity.
Ladies and gentlemen on the internet, to all the Sonichu fans, I am pleased to announce that the Encyclopedia Dramatica, not only the web page, but the whole freaking website's going down. And to make sure it definitely goes down and stays down, do not donate any money.
Me when Pro Guide's live classes get canceled because the website's having server errors.
To that website. Especially if you want to see the more adventures of Sonichu that I am conjuring up in my mind and drawing up.
As a reward for all the hard work his fandom had put in, he previewed unfinished drawings of a joke referencing the cartoon series Family Guy to be featured in Sonichu issue 7.
TV-14, just for a sketch, just like the Family Guy show. Let's go, Ghostbusters! Let's go!
Let's go! Let's go!
Let's go, Ghostbusters! Let's go!
He also inserted references to the 1986 Filmation animated series.
Hey,
Ghostbusters,
Lois!
unrelated to the
Who the hell is
movie
Sonichu?
franchise, nor its subsequent animated adaptation, The New Ghostbusters.
Hey, Lois! Hey, Lois!
Oh, my aching axles!
Zap to the
Some
extreme.
exchanges, Christian found an acquaintance in Robert Simmons V.
Ow,
who was in fact
Peter!
an anti-troll who gained Chris's trust by supporting his
I
actions.
love
and
it when
creating
you
a
pretend to
persona
be
that possessed
Sonichu,
clear personality
Peter.
traits. He even resorted to filming videos announcing his support for Chris and his love for Sonichu, all while touting a yellow-colored Sonic necklace.
Good evening, citizens of YouTube. I must be quiet because
It's the same guy.
I don't want to wake up my parents, so please forgive me for not talking loud, and I hope all you can hear me.
In an email dated August 12th, Chris
the same
confronted
guy.
Robert and confessed his adoration for Meg Griffin from Family Guy. She is not ugly. She has always been a beautiful catch in my eyes.
Like
I just
Velma.
do not understand how anyone would see Megan as ugly, and I feel it is very pitiful that Seth MacFarlane would make her the punching bag of most everyone else on the show, when clearly she does not deserve such torturous punishment.
It's just
I'm in
Megan.
the same boat as she is, if you think about it. I'm the punching bag of the jerks on ED who are getting their heinous lulls, a rehash of lol, meaning laugh out loud. But in my opinion, lulls means laughs under lucricities, which is obviously not good. He also admitted Robert
That's right.
to his elite list of men whom he does not hate. 3 days later, he recorded and uploaded another video addressed to his supposed fan base, conceding that Encyclopedia Dramatica has not fallen.
This is an official update to all the loyal Sonichu fans on the internet and everywhere else. Well, first off, while the Encyclopedia Dramatica page, the whole website, they did manage to get their ill-gotten money, but I say, screw them.
Alright.
In the air!
Alright.
Anyway,
He addresses the scheme Trolls had to steal his Sonichu medallion.
I have been hearing the rumor of the medallion stealing, as you can see. It's still on me, man. Ain't nobody gonna get it off me, cause more security measures have been taken. This one might be the real one, this one might be the false one.
That one's laced with
How are you to know?
ligma.
That's to your own understanding.
Chris implores his fans to contact Nintendo.
He looks normal there? Yeah, as normal as you can look with a Sonichu medallion on.
See all this in fruition and officially approved distribution. You go to Nintendo.com. If you have an account, or if you don't have an account, you get yourself signed up for free. Talk about Sonichu. Build up more hype in their forums everywhere. Send them emails requesting that they bring them to fruition. They talk to me personally about bringing all that to fruition. Send them the emails, handwritten letters to their official building in Seattle, Washington. Let Nintendo and Sega know about the hype. Send them your personal requests and everywhere. Tell them to talk to me. They both, Nintendo of America and Sega of America, they know my address and my phone number. They have it in their systems.
Tell him
So,
Chris
talk
sent
to
you.
them, have them talk to me. Bring the Sonichu idea to fruition. And there's the update for now. Thank you for listening.
His ambitious plans activated the imagination of one J.K. Productions, who launched their own blog documenting the supposed development of their own Sonichu the game. Chris gave them his full support.
It's the
unknowingly
jerk
using
off.
An elaborate ruse, with J.K. being a common acronym for just kidding. On August 18th, Bob wrote a letter for Chris. In stark contrast to the one he had written during Christian's early childhood, this was much more brief, but nevertheless still hopeful and optimistic about Chris's future. Dear Christian, at this time in life, you and Sonichu need a quest and purpose in life. Let Sonichu become a champion for autistic persons everywhere and continually defeat the perils of autism. Sonichu could become the spokesperson for autistic persons with an ongoing fight for them in chapter after chapter or good deeds on the internet. He could become the spokesperson from now on. You and Sonichu could become famous worldwide.
Why didn't anybody tell me about this when I made Guy? Can you imagine, like, the alternate timeline where, like, this actually happens and Sonichu becomes, like, the actual mascot of, like, Autism Speaks or whatever, and there's, like, this collaboration between Nintendo and Sega? Yeah, if only Chris didn't make Sonichu fuck everything. That would have helped him with that destination a little bit. Why didn't anyone ever come to me and CJ about Guy?
Created an online female persona by the name of Blanca Weiss.
That's just emo Lois.
German words for white. According to her story, she was working on her own comic book and created her own character called Jigglyami, a singing Pokemon based on Jigglypuff. She relayed this information to Christian via email and encouraged him to have her featured in a future Sonichu issue. Chris was beyond impressed with her and later made a full-body colored drawing of Jigglyami, which she wanted to send to her home address, but she declined. In order to gain her trust,
I like Jigglyami.
he talked about himself, copying and pasting large sections from his various social media accounts. In return, the troll sent him this photograph as evidence of the veracity of her character, and talked more about her backstory.
So real!
Chris admitted that she was growing on him. By the next day, he was already working on a scene in the comic starring Jigglyami. Blanca retorted with the lyrics for a song meant to be performed by Jigglyami. He let her know that he was almost finished
Baka
Sonichu issue
Mitai.
7, and that he would feature Blanca and Robert Simmons in special interview segments. Chris mentioned that he helped Robert overcome some problems regarding his own love quest, such as abandoning the idea of an attraction sign. I later realized that a sign made me look retarded, so I stopped long time ago. I suggested that he try to put himself in the center of an open area and try some Axe body spray, he stated, under the impression that Axe body spray would have the same result as is demonstrated in their infamous ad campaign. The only thing about him that I feel different about, his version of my medallion. I don't know how to describe the way I feel about it.
I've seen it happen.
Looking at it, I'm like, oh yeah, or oh my god. I think you can understand.
The oh yeah is meant to be an
I
oi.
said that.
Like oy vey.
Sonichu issue 7 picks up where issue 6 left off, with Chris and Megan on the basketball court.
That's kind of a trippy...
Issue 7 picks up where issue 6 left off.
It's kind of a trippy cover. You know? I like this one.
With Chris and Megan
It's
on
pretty
the
cool.
basketball court, chatting with Bionic, who thanks Megan for setting him up with Megaji. Bionic and Megaji's displays of affection almost bring Christian to tears, because it reminds him of his loneliness and virginity, but is comforted by Megan. They ask Magi-chan and Sonichu about pinpointing the location of the Sonichu balls, which by now are being referred to as Sonichu crystals, due to numerous comments made by trolls highlighting the homoerotic nuance of the term balls. The purpose and abilities
Funny.
of the mentioned crystals are yet to be revealed. They determined that one crystal might have been lost in the past, and if they found the one who touched it last, they would know where to find it. Magi-chan realizes that at the exact instance when Chris thought up Bionic the Hedgehog in 1996, he was hit in the head by what he thought was a basketball, but it was actually a Sonichu crystal. Christian
That would hurt. That's a rock.
Family Guy style sketch and gives Seth MacFarlane
Here's a can. I wonder what these buttons do.
full permission to implement this idea in a future episode of Family Guy. The sketch in question is the one that was previewed in a video in which Chris, stylized as Family Guy's Peter Griffin, is incorporated into the setting.
Wait, it said bonk? What?
Crystals are yet to be revealed. They determined that one crystal might have been lost in the past, and if they found the one who touched it last, they would know where to find it. Magi-chan realizes that at the exact instance when Chris thought up Bionic the Hedgehog in 1996,
Bonkade. Well, I burped. Bonkade.
He was hit in the head by what he
Bonkade.
thought was a basketball, but it was actually a Sonichu crystal. Christian randomly transitions into a Family Guy-style sketch and gives Seth MacFarlane full permission to implement this idea in a future episode of Family Guy. The sketch in question is the one that was previewed in a video in which Chris, stylized as Family Guy's Peter Griffin, is incorporated into the setting of Filmation's Ghostbusters cartoon. Ironically, his
How nice of
imagining
him.
of himself bears far more resemblance to his actual appearance than his official comic book persona. And says that he can bring Chris and Sonichu back to 1996 to retrieve the crystal, so he encapsulates the three into a time sphere that brings them back to Chris's time in Manchester High School. Current day Chris happens upon 14-year-old Chris, who has a conversation with Joseph Herring, depicted as having an acne-ridden face, despite all known photos showing him clear-skinned and handsome.
It looks nothing like him.
Chris is hit in the head by the crystal, and Sonichu discreetly catches it, avoiding any possible temporal tampering. Beavis and Butthead is also briefly referenced. They proceed to bring the crystal
Hey,
back to the
Beavis.
present day, but the time
I'm
sphere
gonna, like,
abruptly stops,
zap to the
freeing Chris
extreme.
out of it. Maggie-chan comes to the conclusion that Chris is lost. Shenhui stopped. The crystal's power made him able to pass through my sphere. The crystals activated like rockets upon his friction from the stop, and he was propelled into the void of time. There is nothing we can do for him right now. All we can do is wait for a time warp to pen, and if I sense his presence at that moment, there is a chance I can go in and retrieve him. The time warp may open at any random time in the future.
Right now!
Proposed exclusion from the storyline was in order to satisfy the many people online telling him that the Sonichu comics primarily focused on Chris rather than the eponymous hero. Sonichu informs Rosechu of the situation, stating that he will survive and will be in a sense watching over them like God. They embrace, with Chris depicting Rosechu's panties under her skirt, in order to defy all claims that he is a homosexual.
That's disgusting, Chris.
Meanwhile, in the time void, Chris possibly absorbs the two crystals into his hands, which cause his mind to flood with memories from his recent real-life past, which clash with the thoughts of the comic book Chris, drawing the episode to a close. The comic segues into a special section devoted to the goings-on of the KCWC radio station, hosted by DJ Jamsta Sonichu and his girlfriend, Lalisa Rosechu. He interviews Gigliami and her cute manager Blanca. Gigliami is portrayed with a medallion bearing her own likeness around her neck. Lalisa then conducts an in-depth interview with Robert Simmons V, who is said to resemble Chris in many ways. On the day issue 7 was released, Christian finished
good for
drawing
him.
the cover for the Spring Break special issue 8, which he sent to Blanca. For this issue, he changed the name of the comic to Rosechu. Towards the end of August, Evan Christopher George uploaded
It's
a
the beach
sonic
episode.
creation, which he called Seamanchu, which, according to his official biography, was originally a Pikachu that was raised by a swarm of Pokemon called Beedrill. Despite the drills in lieu of hands design bearing resemblance to
You mean he wasn't drowned in
His
semen?
name, red goggles, and drills are derived from semen, as seen in the anime series.
Isn't it Simone? I've never seen Gurren Lagann, but it's Simone. Yeah?
Gurren Lagann.
Simone
He decided
Chu.
to email his creation to Chris in the hopes of being included in a future issue of Sonichu.
Cementu.
However, Chris rejected the idea, instead adapting the character into a new ground bug-type female creation called Simonla Rosechu, mistaking Simonchu's goggles for infrared eyelids and his cape for a shell.
How?
2 days later, Christian uploaded a video describing his role in the development of the Sonichu video game by JK Productions, still under the impression that it was a legitimate organization.
Alright, well, first off, I am going to give y'all some talk as suggested by my associates who are in on the Sonichu game that's in development. I'm still thinking about the story
I'm sure.
very much. I got a big chunk of the stories in my head. It's gonna be like multiple stories,
Big
we'll go
chungus.
through multiple characters, all the original Sonichu and Rosechu hedgehogs.
The Miyamoto arc.
Game project off the ground, hopefully with the assistance of Nintendo of America and Sega of America. There will definitely be the release of the official Sonichu merchandise, including officially released and
I
distributed.
don't think it starts here, not for a little bit more.
Medallions, for one thing. Copies of my my CWC on TV DVD that you've seen on
DVD.
YouTube and such, and as well as possible Sonichu action figures.
He mentions that the Sonichu comic
Like the one that Junkie listed for $500.
Chris will eventually return, only to retire as mayor of Quickville and give himself a smaller role in the story. He then continues to elaborate on the storyline of the game.
And then we go on to Bubbles. Everybody love Bubbles? Bubbles is the bubbly one! Anyway, yeah. She'll get more wet. All the hedgehogs will go through
Phrasing, Chris!
all the same levels, except variation. Bubbles will mostly be able to swim. Somewhat underwater versions of those levels. And a Juck, she'll be flying high, casting off wing attacks against the enemies in her story.
He reveals that Black Sonichu's name will change, possibly as a response to the backlash he had received due to the racial connotations of the name.
Also,
She'll get more wet. That's what he said.
Black Shoe, I'm changing it. For his nickname, as it will be revealed in the upcoming Spring Break issue. Everybody have fun on Spring Break! He will prefer to be called Blake. Simply Blake.
Balake.
Yeah, so anyway, Blake's
Yeah.
running around with Bubbles.
Is he now?
But Bubbles likes to try to think that she can keep it to herself, like, she has like, ooh, she turned on by the dark side of the Force. Yeah. And all the nuttiness that Blake will want to bring with him.
He talks about Blanca and her personal and creative life.
It's nice to know that I actually do have a good gal pal that I've made over the internet recently, whose inspired character, she was inspired by me. Her inspired character, I've given my full approval of, and introduced in the comic I just uploaded to what is now can also be considered to be Sonichu.net. Nothing but net.
Yeah, baby!
.com, I got the net.
Yeah.
And she, herself, is the original character of the new bubblegum pop star, Jiggly Yummy! Jiggly Yummy!
Yeah. Yeah. I like her. Yeah.
So, like,
Awooga!
she and I might actually meet.
Boing!
I don't have any future plans as of this point, but, I think I'll feel better with my future set when I have my sweetheart. So, thank you very much, every one of you, for your patronage. And I hope you all have a pleasant day.
Christian's newfound infamy brought him much stress and hardship, with him hardly being able to cope with the constant barrage of trolling, getting ever more challenging to discern what was false and what was true, what was an advice and what was an insult.
Based on
But
Red
he
Pill
still had
Man.
his principles, his dreams and ambitions, to see himself through the most trying period of his life.
Grr! Ugu! That was a long one. I'm gonna take a little bathroom break, okay, guys? Just real quick. Oh god. I came back to you guys enduring this penis music. Also, I have humiliating news. I knew you guys were gonna fucking ask if I washed my hands. I have very humiliating news, and it is not that I didn't wash my hands. This time, when I was pulling my pants back up, I happened to notice a hole. A hole in my underwear. Where, you know, hold on. Hold on. Let me, here, I'll remove... I'll get it. Hold on. Very lewd stream. This is turned for the worse, I know. Hold on. I'm putting on new pants. Alright, so basically, I was, pulling up my pants, and I felt a little draft when I realized that there was a hole right where my left nut would be. So I think I broke the seal with my gorilla strength. But, I'm just gonna pretend I didn't just tell you that. I don't know what happened. They're heavy, like rocks. Sonichu crystals. Anyway, here's part 6. They do piercing damage, dude. They got trample.
What made him this way?
It's okay.
What is the
I got my PJs on now.
What keeps us fascinated? This is the story of Chris Chan.
We're going back in.
Towards the end of August 2008, hoping to further develop their relationship, Christian emailed Blanca asking about her opinion on pornography and admitted that he has seen his fair share. He revealed that he enjoyed TV shows like Keeping Up Appearances, Are You Being Served, and Monty Python. Chris encouraged her to upload a video of herself on YouTube, or at least have a video call with him. He also mentioned an alleged recent interaction with Megan. If you recall my gal pal, Megan Schroeder, I've chatted with her earlier tonight. She has forgiven me for my mistake.
10 seconds in and it's already hell.
Going out with a volunteer fireman for about over a month now. Although I had her at I love you when I lost her then, I can still be happy for her successes as a true friend. He let Blanca know that he had gotten used to the existence of the Encyclopedia Dramatica page, but was still tormented by the images of a transgender rose chew. She is all woman. She was born with and still has her God-given vagina and both ovaries. I would seriously
He
really
he capitalizes the buzzwords for you.
from the page and replaced with more accurate fan art of Rosechu with vagina. Not only that, but it seriously ticked me when just after I found the page back in November '07, I received in emails a few copies of those particular images. Then I distinctly, right to the point, straightforward told all the people that sent me these copies, as well as the people of the ED page, to remove their pickled images. Only if they would replace their dick-headedness with honest, God-blessed images of Rosechu with vagina and absolutely no friggin' penis.
The new country, Vagina.
Blanca revealed that their relationship was in fact
The saddest sound effect I got.
To Chris to further persuade him of her genuineness.
What's the saddest sound I have? Let's see. Here's Astro Man being sad.
I come here, but I don't know what to do.
He's lost.
This convinced him to provide her with his home phone number.
Hope that helps.
Christian also informed her of his scheme to combat images of Rosechu with a penis by making his own sexual drawings of a truly female Rosechu. Blanca then encouraged him to proclaim his intentions in a YouTube video.
Do I think Chris voted for Trump both times? Absolutely not. If you've ever seen modern day Chris, that's like one of the #1 people he hates. Like that, Chris views Trump as like a literal like cartoon villain in his world.
On September 2nd, 2008.
If you know anything about the dimensional merge, then you know that Chris said that Donald Trump was on the priority of people, the list of people that were going to die upon the merge happening. There are so many people that don't know what I'm talking about right now, so we're just gonna pretend I didn't talk about the dimensional merge yet.
In order to replace the sexual imagery of which he disapproved, Christian uploaded 9 nude drawings of Rosechu in a variety of sexual situations. Many of these drawings were actually traced from pre-existing erotic renderings of characters such as Amy Rose from Sonic.
Oh my god.
3 days later, JK Productions claimed that they had received a cease and desist order from both Sega and Nintendo due to the unauthorized use of the likeness of their characters.
I'm just thinking about Speed right now.
The artists in response drastically redesigned the main characters. For example, Sonichu was reimagined as Reginald the Anteel, which was a crossbreed of an anteater and an eel who sported a dashing suit with a pickle in his breast pocket. Rosechu was similarly replaced by an anteel with gay overtones.
Oh!
Was supplanted by a voluptuous female version of himself. These drastic changes convinced Chris to end his relationship with JK Productions, mistaking the anteels for aardvarks.
There's a lot of art out there of like gender bent Chris, by the way.
Face of what has been long established.
It's out there.
Released episode 17 of Sonichu issue 8 before the comic was completed. Rather than the supposed
just Google it.
thing,
Google girl Chris
came
Chan.
about as a direct response to the recent drama concerning ED and 4chan, resulting in a sex-filled and surprisingly pornographic offering. Due to the shocking nature of its content,
You're just gonna say that and not show us.
3 different versions, based on the TV parental guidelines devised by the FCC. TVY7, which contained no graphic content. TV14, which included sexual acts with the nudity censored. And TVMA, which was the uncut and uncensored version. Before the prologue.
So if I was talking over that, which I'm not sure if I was, basically for this beach episode lewd edition of the Rosechu comic, there are different versions that he put on the website that you could watch that had different levels of nudity and censorship in them.
Blog. Chris inserted a disclaimer in which Sonichu and Rosechu
it's very good.
Are over the age of 18 and give some warning as to what will shortly be witnessed. We, Christian Weston Chandler, and everyone of this hand-drawn series fully support safe sex and the proper use of condoms during vaginal penile intercourse. Sonichu also promotes the idea of sex and dating education classes in schools to
Sex!
prepare youngsters for their first flirts with courtship.
I gotta get that as a sound effect. The fucking Chef Kawasaki going, sex! I gotta get that.
The story begins with Sonichu and Rosechu preparing to make love. Sonichu mentions that he needs to purchase double extra-length condoms because his penis is 7 inches long. Chris then proceeds to explain the sexual anatomy of Sonichu and Rosechu, which for the most part are identical to the human equivalents. With the help of diagrams, he goes on to explain sexual intercourse
Hello, Mario.
between two electric hedgehog Pokemon of the opposite gender, and once again promotes the practice of safe sex. The scene returns to the lovemaking. Chris offers a depiction of Sonichu's penis's point of view as it enters Rosechu's mouth. They go through several positions. The TV-14 version superimposes a banana over Sonichu's penis, an orange slice over Rosechu's vagina, and blue stars over her nipples. After the copulation, Rosechu explores a website called 4cent Garbage, a representation of both Encyclopedia Dramatica and 4chan. She discovers that the people there were uploading lewd drawings of Rosechu and the other Rosechus possessing male genitalia. She's angered by it, while Sonichu mistakes the drawings for photographs and falls ill and faints. She puts him to bed to rest. She then decides to take her own arousing photographs, which happen to be the images which were previously posted by Chris on ED. In the TV-14 edition, her bare body was concealed by a red bikini.
This reminds me so much of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Like, you see how, like, he just draws the clothing on with, like, MS Paint? That's literally what they did for, like, this one monster that Jaden used in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. For Elemental Hero Burstinatrix. So normally, she looks like this in the sub in Japan, but in America, she looks like that. They put the thing over her leg and bosom. And, like, in the anime, it looks even worse. Oh, God. It's literally, like, it's the same thing.
That Chris drew in Microsoft Paint. To her dismay,
Yo! You shit with that ass?
Incorrect images of her appear on 4cent Garbage. So Sonichu, Rosechu, and Wild Sonichu travel to the 4cent Garbage building, with Wild joining in to search for the next Sonichu crystal. Sonichu and Rosechu aim to confront the boss of the corporation, who goes by the name Jason, signifying Jason Kendrick Howell. Chris creatively hints at his surname by referencing Lovey and Thurston Howell from the 1960s TV show Gilligan's...
Here, I'll get out of the way so you can see them. It's so fucking random.
Island. Meanwhile, Wild Sonichu turns invisible. They enter the building and ask a devil-like
Good night,
creature
junkie.
called Beale, who is working as a receptionist, where to find Jason. He states that they need to take the elevator to floor 66 plus 6. The pair go up the elevator and witness the various goings-on of each floor. Rosechu attacks someone who is
It's so
uploading images
funny.
of her with male genitalia, and Christian briefly comes out of the time void to punch a man viewing the depiction of Chris using an oversized drinking straw. Many of the images
He
were
just
listed
pulls
below.
up from the Shadow
In the
Realm.
uncensored version, they witness more provocative activities, such as pictures of Sonic characters in sexual settings, which apparently excite Sonichu. The
Poggers!
pornography of the upper floors, in fact, arouse both Sonichu and Rosechu. On the 70th floor, they witness the destruction of an Xbox game console, which is referred to as a Hexbox, highlighting Christian's hatred of the gaming system. Meanwhile, Wild locates the his camouflage powers. The protagonists finally reach the 72nd floor and are greeted by an ominous Jason, draped in a dark hooded cloak with, apart from one eye, his face concealed by shadows. They politely request that
When I call you guys cock slaves on my Discord server, this is what I'm picturing. Right here. This is Bonk MK. This is Tech Junkie.
apart from one eye, his face concealed by shadows. They politely request that the Christian page be taken down, stating that the page goes against the values of the
Faraga.
United States and her citizens. Jason states that the page will remain, and Sonichu goes for an attack, but is quickly...
Whoa!
They decide to leave quietly, but then...
Chris! Stop! Stop it!
Quietly, but then Then Jason throws a pickle at Roseshoe's head, which infuriates her. She flies up into the air to
Just like on the Bonk MK quiz!
wears a C-cup bra. She takes off her brassiere and underwear, her nude body for all to see. Her fiery rage transforms her into the incredible lioness. I am the power. I am the warrior. I am the almighty woman. True to all of my gender, I will overpower any evil or good man who defies us, and make him succumb to our will.
May
The
come.
almighty uterus that makes me strong and super powerful enough to protect the loved ones within me until they emerge to their glorious birth. By my ferocious will, I shall punish he who has defiled my people with the worst unnatural addition ever by this one's heinous hand. I am woman. Hear me roar. His head with her thighs. In a ferocious rage, she tears open his skull, but Jason remains alive. Roschu calms down and reverts to her old self. They regroup with Wild, Crystal, and
I'm
Hank.
sorry.
They bring it back to the mayor's office, where the rest of the Sonichu crystals are kept. With 2 in Chris's possession, they have only 1 more crystal to find on their own so they could finally rescue Crystal. In the epilogue, all the Rosechews gather together to make nude photographs of themselves in support of women's liberation.
What the
Samantha
fuck?
Rosechew digs herself out of the ground and is introduced to everyone. They are surprised by the sudden arrival of one Zapina Rosechew, who wants to help them out, but announces that she is
But
14
Jason!
years old.
Loud equals funny.
Announces that she cannot contribute due to dumb
Wait, I can't skip over this. I can't skip over this.
out of the ground and is introduced to everyone. They are surprised by the sudden arrival of one Zapina Rosechew, who wants to help them out, but announces that she is 14 years old. Rosechew regrettably announces that she cannot contribute due
I've never even noticed that one before. Like, what the fuck is that?
to dumb laws. Lalisa
So we can't, sorry, 14-year-old, you can't take lewd photos with us adults in the name of respecting women. Not because it's immoral and disgusting. No, just because of dumb laws. If we were in Japan, I'd be like, yeah, let's fucking do it.
insisted that she can work as a volunteer using her light emission powers to help with the photo shoot, which will serve as a protest to the efforts of the slanderous jerks. Episode 17 was widely lambasted, forcing Chris to quickly remove the uncensored edition from the website. He defended the drastic change in tone in his comic in an email to Blanca.
I'm still thinking about the loud sound.
Clear that I, Christian Weston Chandler, a sound-minded virgin, do not see women as sex objects. I honestly see women as my equal, human beings who have every right as any person in this world do, and I care about how women feel. Story-wise, Rosechew is only doing what she, herself, as an individual, feels is right in a great act of protest against the real-life forceandgarbage.com, which is encyclopediadramatica.com.
Sorry,
And
Bonsai.
everyone has every right as human
I didn't
people
see
to
you.
speak their voice as loud as they feel for or against what they each set their individual sights upon. Ladies, I care. I seriously do. It was around this time that a troll
Ladies,
who identified as
I
Lord
seriously do.
assumed Blanca's identity without informing the original trio of trolls, who created and then shared with Chris Blanca's supposed MySpace page, and sent an email asking him to send her sexy nude photos of himself. In return, she promised she would show her own sexy side. Captivated by the promise of nudes, he took an array of revealing photos of himself and sent them to whom he thought was Blanca, taking little notice of her suddenly changing her email address or the various physical and biographical inaccuracies seen on her MySpace page. On September 11th, Blanca's MySpace profile picture was changed to a photo of a black man in a pickle costume, and Lord Silly Nipples posted Christian's nude photos onto the ED page. Humiliated by the revelation, he recorded a video addressing the event, conceding that Blanca, as he knew her, was a troll.
An official update.
He just makes it worse.
You know who I am. But right now, at the moment, I'm upset and sad. The featured friend that I have recently given a guest spot in the 7th comic book, turns out that woman was a fake troll. Well, he tricked me into revealing some adult type stuff. I was tricked. I was betrayed.
He also mentions the mysterious appearance of an advertisement for Sonichu toys purportedly seen in a magazine.
I have taken the notice of the recent ad in the video game magazine or comic book somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where. About merchandise.
It's the first of many
I
catfishes,
did
Knight.
not. I have not ever, up to this point, authorized
First
any
of many.
distribution or advertisement of any Sonichu merchandise. So the ad there, that is a fake. Boycott that at all costs.
Finally, since he believed that Blanca was not a real person, he assumed complete control over her intellectual property.
Poor
Also,
Jacoby.
at this point, I will claim Jigglyami as my own from this point on.
Why not?
And the Blanca character I associate with her in the drawing, well, she'll be like a character in a city, but she's not going to be a active character. But Jigglyami, I'll be claiming her as my own from this point on.
Spoils of war.
The ad he had mentioned was an invention of a troll who assumed the identity of former English soccer personality Jimmy Hill.
Such a random person to fucking
all elements of the Sonichu story
to cherry pick for
developing
this.
the franchise in real life, the popularity of which allegedly rivaled that of Pokemon. Still scarred from unwittingly exposing his vulnerability to the trolls, he sent an email to the reverend of his church, Elizabeth Foss, about how he was deceived and now looked to God for forgiveness. Reverend Foss in return suggested that he meet with pastoral counselor Rocky Shoemaker, whom she felt could help Chris make sense of his troubles. He began seeking her advice regularly. Vivian G continued to email Chris, trying to convince him that his nude pictures are not a big deal, and that she wished that he get off the internet and meet real women in person like he used to. She tried with all her might to make him see that Robert Simmons was a troll.
Takumi, you're not even talking about the fact that his cock is literally bent 45 degrees. Like, you need to talk about that. That was 90, but you know.
As well, but Christian wouldn't listen. In the wake of the Blanca deception, he re-engaged in conversation.
How? I don't know. It's just, we'll find out later that he's used the pump, among other things. But if you guys, I'm not gonna put it on here. Maybe we can talk about it in the Discord later. But if you want, you can look up pictures of his duck. He calls it his duck.
Conversations with the original Blanca, sending his messages to her original email address, with the trolls desperately trying to convince Chris that their Blanca was the true Blanca, claiming that the Blanca behind the leaks and the MySpace page was a product of the trolls. The trolling trio persuaded Christian to take part in a Skype call. One of the three, who called herself Nurse Iki-chan, lent her voice to the part and convinced him that he was in contact with the true Blanca. He later announced so in a
So
video.
elaborate.
It's all settled now. Blanca's real. I talked to her. Yeah, she called me.
Yeah.
So as for the the jerk who posed with the Kawaii Katsune name, if I knew who you were, I'd give you a kick in the balls. Ooh. But I can't, because I don't know who or where you are. But if everybody knows the whereabouts of the jerk, and it just happened to be nearby, or within the state, give him a swift kick from me. Anyway, I'm happy now. I'm happy.
He also addresses the issue of counterfeit Sonichu merchandise produced by Jimmy Hill.
First off, the toys in the UK. They're definitely fake. I have never approved any merchandise or distribution of such merchandise yet. So therefore, the advertisements of such Sonichu merchandise in the UK, all fake. Possibly this guy named Jerry Hill, I think his name was.
Why do we both put our hands on our fucking shins at the same time? Did anyone else catch that?
But I mean, that's from a suggestion.
That wasn't me like
That's a name I
mocking
got
him
from,
for once. That was just like
from one of my fans.
assuming
So,
another
boycott
position.
Buy the merchandise from the UK. Buy any merchandise from there. Boycott it. Don't do it.
Chris also confirms that JK Productions were fake and implored that people continue asking Nintendo to get involved in the Sonichu video game.
Sonichu, Issue 1.
I miss those annotations so much.
Hand-drawn premiere issue. Go, Sonichu. Go out and zap to the extreme.
On September 15th, Vivian G began uploading her series of Sonichu audiobooks, which she edited herself. A narrator told the story of the comic in a calm yet dramatic voice, with Vivian herself providing crass commentary in the form of annotations. The project made no attempt at addressing inconsistencies, spelling errors, or storyline issues, and simply delivered the story in a straight, deadpan manner. The team would continue to make audiobook videos covering the Sonichu story for the next few years. Possibly sometime in September, Lord Silly Nipples, impersonating Christian's childhood friend, Tiffany Robinson, sent him an email requesting to receive a copy of his Yup, I'm on TV DVD, who upon receiving the gift, leaked the contents onto the internet. This leak featured most of the videos and photos on the disc, including this photo of Barbara Chandler. Due to her significant girth and slumbering state, trolls began calling her Snorlax, which is a large Pokemon known for its sleepy nature. Despite things with Chris and Blanca looking optimistic, he began a courteous discord with one Sarah Jackson, who allegedly first found out about him through her autistic sister, Rose, a Sonichu fan. Like most people engaging with Christian at the time, Sarah was also a fake personality. He informed Blanca of this new development in their relationship. I'm gonna be honest with you. Over the weekend, I met this other woman over the internet, developed a good trust with her. Basically, I'm feeling in between with you and this woman, and I want to make more certain which one I should save myself.
Look it up, man. I've been curious about that.
I only want to be as fair as possible. I'd hate to make you feel bad, sad, or jealous, because I honestly care about you and your feelings a lot, Blanca Weiss. I understand if this comes as a big surprise to you, but believe me, you are the first I've said I love you to, openly and honestly. Let me ask you, do you want me in an honest relationship, or sexually, more or equal to bad?
Girth.
He gave Blanca Sarah's email address so she could have a talk with her. I care about Christian a lot, and I would not see him hurt by anyone, especially not someone pretending to be a girl to get their kicks from hurting an innocent man who is autistic. I hope you realize what kind of monster you are. Honestly, what do you have to gain from hurting him? Oh, are you going to get more naked pictures of him? Going to rob him of his dignity? You know what? Go do something more productive, like get a job, read a book, I don't know, do something. What kind of person purposely tries to ruin the life of an autistic? It's beyond me. Sarah replied. Chris is a sweet and loving man, and he has feelings for me. You obviously blew it with him, or he wouldn't be talking to me in the first place. So you can just jump off a cliff, sister. You couldn't possibly love him the way I have come to.
Proto-Bayo
So
mains.
this pathetic game up. I will tell him about the slanderous things you have written to me too, and then we'll see how much more he trusts you. Christian had to make a tough decision, so he chose Blanca to be his one and only. He asked if she would send him some more photographs of herself at varying angles, stating that nudes weren't necessary, but appreciated. He paid no attention to Blanca's constantly changing physical appearance. Chris also brought...
That looks nothing.
He paid no attention to Blanca...
Do you guys even remember, like, the first picture? There was this one. We haven't seen this one yet. That one's really zoomed out. Where's the other Blanca picture? I'm trying not to find any spoiling shit. It was this one. What? No, just give me the picture. She looks like that. It's like not even remotely similar. This is like discount Vanessa Hudgens.
Chris also brought up the possibility of a future meeting in real life. While I'm thinking about it, did you say you might be able to make it for Thanksgiving break? If not sooner, I would appreciate your presence. And if at that time you feel ready, my virginity shall be yours. I know I said it before in your previous pics, but you still have a hot body.
What?
Oh my god. He then elaborated on their proposal. You can meet my mother and father, chat with them a while, and get to know each other. Then you and we can go upstairs to my bedroom to just hang out, watch TV, or chat a while. Maybe even some video gameplay with Guitar Hero or something. For dinner that evening, our first date, I will take you out to McDonald's, Arby's, Burger King, or a small restaurant like that. Then
The
I'll
choice
take
is
you over to
yours.
your hotel or bring you back home. No sex on the first night, but if you'd like to make out, I'd welcome it. For lunch, I take you to this good all-you-can-eat pizza salad soup desert buffet that I know of in Charlottesville. Then we can take in a romantic movie.
Again, I wish I had the Chef Kawasaki sex sound effect, because then I could go like, no, sex! But I don't have it.
At the theater, or we can walk the downtown mall and or walk in the park. If it doesn't bother you, I may yawn and stretch my arm around you.
I'm getting that like right when the stream
If you want to
ends.
take it further, you may pull my hand on your shoulder a little closer to your breast. Of course, this is optional, and I'd let you cop a reach into the popcorn bucket, or under that to cop a feel. Stop me if I'm bothering you any, and you and I can make out in the theater. And if you feel like it that night in the privacy of mine or your room, you can take my virginity. Or we can wait till
He's got
the third
standards,
night,
Matt.
there is one before you have to go back to Kentucky.
Haven't you noticed?
Either way, I would wear a condom then, and in the future until our wedding night.
God, he just deconstructs it so fucking much.
Exchanged emails to each other until September 17th, when correctly guessing his password, trolls hacked into Christian's email account, and also in turn gained access to his AOL, MySpace, YouTube, Facebook, and eBay accounts, leaking the majority of his private goings-on to the public. In addition, they acquired previously unreleased nude photos of him, which they sent to ED. One particular picture was a close-up shot of Sonichu.
They had to really censor that one. Look at the size of those squares.
Doodled on his penis.
He drew... I've actually never seen that one. Can someone link that in Come Bonk, maybe?
Another was an erect Chris modeling his mother's underwear.
That one's safe enough to show.
These latest photos also explicitly showcased the unusual, misshapen form of his penis.
There it is.
In the meantime,
That's
trolls
it.
changed the background of his YouTube profile page to a tiled illustration of a pickle. In
Pickles!
response, Chris created a new email address and made a new YouTube channel. See chant.
The VO isn't supposed to be... well, it is supposed to be monotone, because the whole point of it is to give you guys the information as, like, unbiased as possible. Like, there are many other videos out there about Chris that just talk about everything while they, like, will just roast him and offer, like, all of their opinions on him. That's why the comprehensive history is so great. Because it's, like, the best production value and also, like, just the best quality of receiving the information.
And 6, 7, 8, 9. In the midst of all this chaos, Christian began chatting.
I love
with Lauren
pickles. That's my
Disney,
favorite food.
An online female persona conceived by two trolls, possibly through Skype. Their conversations remained fairly casual.
My favorite
though they
snack.
did discuss some sexually charged topics. At the same time, Chris also...
Well, I know that he called his friend from middle school handsome, yeah, but, like, literally compare that photo to how he was depicted in the comic. Like, chill.
began conversing with an Australian girl who went by the internet handle
Panda Halo.
Like all his recent love interests, Panda, real name Sarah Cassandra Mackenzie, was yet again another troll created online identity. Growing increasingly hopeful of a future with her, he broke off the promise of a relationship with Blanca and announced his new true love in a video. This was the first instance of Chris introducing his videos with the phrase Captain's Log and listing off the relevant stardate, which was the method of log entry and record keeping used in the Star Trek TV and film franchise. However, it is likely that Chris was actually referencing a Star Trek parody seen in Family Guy instead.
Of course.
Captain's Log, Stardate, September 24th, 2008. This is an update for the Sonichu fan base. As you can see, I am safe and well. I have no intention of hurting or killing myself.
He finally leaves his bitterness towards Adam Stackhouse behind him.
Also, I would like to update by letting y'all know about Adam Stackhouse, who was the winner of the that Parappa contest. Leave him alone. I hold no grudge against him. So you leave him and his family, including his sister, alone. It's all forgiven. It's all in the past. Done deal. Also, I have a big announcement. I'm taken. I don't want to be her true name. for my fear of her, for my worry about her safety. But
Suddenly he cares about the privacy of these women. It took that long.
I want to shout out my love to her. Yeah.
Perfect timing. Thank you, Gizmo.
The Chris Chandler I see.
Oh yes, we were back at it again. 34 fucking months. Jesus.
He proceeds to sing "Never Gonna Give You Up" by Rick Astley, with the song's appearance in
Thank
the
you, Flam.
Family Guy episode serving as a backing track. Christian and Panda
I remember that episode.
got heated very quickly.
I think like Brian goes back in time to when Lois went to prom or something.
Over the course of their chats, he frankly discussed delicate topics such as masturbation. He graphically described his masturbation routine and admitted that he would always have a clean plastic cup on hand in which he would ejaculate as to not make a mess.
I can't do
Chris
it.
reflected on what he has learned from watching copious amounts of
I can't
porn
fucking do it.
and confessed that he wouldn't like it if women inserted fruits and vegetables into themselves while masturbating because he saw it as a waste of food. But in the case of bananas, it was acceptable due to the protective peel of said fruit, meaning it could be eaten after the fact. While
Nothing
Panda
wasted.
did not appear on video, her voice was enough to convince Chris that she was real. He readily engaged in obscene acts for his webcam. These included Chris impersonating a selection of animals and even masturbating on camera. These videos soon surfaced on the internet. It was possibly around this time that Vivian G had a 3-hour-long chat with Chris through AOL Instant Messaging, during which she desperately tried to convince him that all the women offering themselves to him over the internet were fake. During the conversation, Christian slipped on cat poo in the kitchen and had to clean up the mess. She confronted him over the nude picture he drew of Megan. He accused ED of twisting the image and making it evil, destroying their relationship. Vivian reminded him that Megan had requested that they remained just as friends, but Christian betrayed her. He then proceeded to talk about his need for a sweetheart to fulfill his wish of fathering a daughter by the name of Crystal Weston Chandler. He blamed his random access memory for the sudden change in topic, claiming he can't help himself if his thoughts are random. He revealed that he still went to the Alderman Library at the University of Virginia to look for women. Vivian then explained that people usually go to the library to study and not to hook up with strangers. The discussion gave him a headache. Chris then talked about his desperate need for a dating education class, which would be especially useful for the third date onwards. Vivian pointed out that the dating experience would be completely different for every person, and that sex is not guaranteed on the third date. Chris eventually didn't know how to reply because his mind became a blank. She asked him to roleplay to find out what he would say when meeting a girl. He immediately began talking about drawing his comics. She told him that if he were
I'm a pro Smash player.
he would be perceived as immature and childish. Christian then asked if it would make a difference if he told women that he drew sex pictures instead. Vivian recoiled, stating that that would be disturbing. She begged for him to seek professional help, admitting that trying to help him herself was like fighting a wall. On September 29th, Christian reignited communications with his former sweetheart, Blanca, telling her that he had a dream in which the name of his true sweetheart-to-be was revealed to be Blanca Weiss. As a show of affection, he announced that he will send his original Sonichu, Rosechu, Black Sonichu, and Gigliami medallions, as well as his drawing of Gigliami to what he thought was her
All of them.
grandmother's home address. I hope that you are feeling better, and that you feel delighted after reading that God and Jesus have finally revealed they are guiding me to you. 2 days later, he sent her an album of grainy photos of himself in an array of poses.
They're almost like
Released
artistic.
a short video in which he lampoons a line of dialogue used in the MTV animated series Eon Flux.
being watched. My name is Christian Weston Chandler. I'm here to find happiness with my true sweetheart, who I've known for over 2 months now. So you trolls best leave us alone. Is anybody listening? Do you believe me? Everybody happy now?
As the months progressed,
Where's Reznov?
Jimmy Hill-related artwork began to surface. Screenshots from a supposed Sonichu animated series were leaked as well, and the plotline of Hill's Sonichu story was revealed, which resembled Christian's own.
It's so
creation,
random.
with some notable alterations. Sonichu was touted as the first openly gay cartoon character, with Blake being his boyfriend.
Wake up,
He hung out
sleepyhead!
with Rosechu, his gal pal, and he loved his parents, Mary Lee Walsh and Jimmy Hill himself. In the cartoon, they would come under attack from the giant jerkbot, which was modeled after Christian's own naked figure. On October 9th, Trolls received Christian's package meant for Blanca. It included the medallions, as well as his depiction of Blanca's original character.
The eagle
Chris
has
wrote
landed.
a heartfelt letter to her on the back of the drawing, which Nurse Iki-chan herself read out for a video later uploaded onto YouTube.
Dear Blanca, I am so happy that you are revealed as my true, honest sweetheart to be and the dream I have anxiously waited for since the dreams of me and my future daughter. When before my heart was lost and confused.
What if the voice was Lady Luck?
The path to the true, honest love set for me by God and Jesus. I now can truly hardly wait to meet you around Halloween.
Below the letter was an illustration depicting a sleeping, dreaming Christian who dreamt of himself waiting for his sweetheart Blanca at a local hotel. The trolling group quickly uploaded their findings onto ED. In response, Christian recorded a video falsely claiming that even though the trolls got hold of his medallions, Blanca had intercepted them and sent his Sonichu medallion back, which he then modified.
Does anybody play Smash?
Meaning the medallion around his neck.
If you guys play
This video
Smash,
was
you're
in fact
banned.
A copy.
Captain's log. Stardate, October 9th, 2008. Y'all know who I am, so my message should be clear. I'm here to dispel a couple of rumors that have been flying around. Firstly, my Sonichu medal was not stolen. It was entrusted to my sweetheart.
My Millennium guy was not stolen!
Over in Kentucky. Rest assured, she is not a troll, so nobody say otherwise. I have talked to her on webcam and video and audio and heard her voice over her microphone to my speakers and headphones. Anyway, I sent her the medal, and even though some trolls nearby got hold of it temporarily, she managed to get it back and send it back to me express.
He emphasizes that he added a peg to the back of it to hold his amethyst high school ring. He also mentions his leaked DVD footage, naming the man in the pickle suit as the culprit.
Also, the DVD, that was not stolen either. The man in the pickle suit tricked me once again. I pretended to be a trusted gal pal of mine.
Not again!
So it was sent upon request, but thank God I had the foresight to not make a copy of my director's cut.
It was Picklebog! Picklebog, he tricked me! Fuck Picklebog, I hate Picklebog!
Still convincing himself that Blanca was true, he professes his love for her.
I wish to also proclaim my love for my sweetheart. I love you, Blanca. I cannot bear to live without you, baby.
It was the stupid HBO Max with the Bowser on it, with the little Bowser, you know what I'm talking about, fuck that
I
guy!
love you, Blanca. I always will. Pain me. It would just pain me if you got hurt. Nobody better harm a hair on her, or else you hear from me.
As an epilogue, Chris advertises the upcoming PS3 game, Little Big Planet.
Also, this video, as well as all previous videos, are proudly presented to you thanks to the gracious technology
Watch this.
of Sony Computer Entertainment America. Look forward for the upcoming Little Big.
Here's another aspect to Chris's room that just got added. There are just things hanging from the ceiling. Like, what if... What if, like, randomly in a video I was just like, hey guys, Bonk from Pro Guides here with a special guest. Like, just, I'm like, ready to go. Like...
Technology from Sony Computer Entertainment.
Watch it again.
Gracious technology from Sony Computer Entertainment America. Look forward for the upcoming Little Big Planet game.
I kind of, like, pulled it down and passed it to him.
And see exclusive levels that I will be uploading after I've created soon enough that y'all will be very interested in playing. Thank you.
4 days later, seemingly unperturbed by the possible deception concerning Blanca, Christian made another video, announcing that he had received the beta release of Little Big Planet, and had already completed making his own level.
The Little Big Planet level y'all have heard about. I have the beta. I have completed the level in only 2 nights, and I got it published onto the Little Big Planet database on the internet. Apparently my beta had expired, which is kind of bad luck. So I guess I'll just have to wait a week before I can introduce the level fully in video form on the YouTube. Little Big Planet, only on PlayStation 3. Never accept any invitations, even downloadable to a Hexbox.
He continues by airing his grievances concerning Jimmy Hill.
Master Jimmy Hill. Master Jimmy Hill. What I know about him
is perpetrated.
He has perpetrated the rights of Sonichu.
Perpetrated.
As you all well know, for the longest time now, that I am the original owner and creator of Sonichu and Roastchu. This imposter is blatantly copying everything note for note from me. I mean, you take a good look at that. Take a look at that. Because all that is just this Sonic the Hedgehog action figure custom painted. I can easily custom paint this to look like that. With acrylic paint even. So simple.
Then do it, Chris.
He compares the appearance of
Why didn't you do it first?
Flagrant imitation, and also mentions the supposed release of Jimmy Hill's.
That's so good.
Yep, I'm on TV DVD.
And all we did was take every footage that was originated from this DVD and dubbed his voice just over my name. So instead of me saying Christian Weston Chandler, he just dubbed us over each time by saying Jimmy Hill.
Ultra Gamer.
Part of Jimmy Hill is played by an actor. And look at that freaking cover. It's more based on my original comic cover than the original DVD. Anyway, do not buy from Jimmy Hill. He's a fraud, a phony.
Finally, Chris proclaims that the trolls should stop bullying him because he is ignoring them.
You bullies, I know y'all are afraid of me. Because without me, y'all would have nobody to pick on at this point. No matter how many times you direct your influences towards me, I'm just ignoring you. Because basically all you're doing is basically being unheard of. You're basically talking to a brick wall. And I am just blatantly ignoring you hands down. So you may as well just give up. Your opinions and voices are not being heard. You're not scaring me. Y'all are not scaring Blanca. You're scaring nobody, misters.
No.
It's time to face facts, misters and misses. I am safe. I am well. And I'll be staying that way. And I shall keep watch for any bullies. And I will take all necessary steps in due time as I cross those bridges, be they sound or broken. Thank you very much, and have a good day or evening.
That was a
It
lot.
on this day that the person responsible for the Sarah Jackson character decided to kill her off by assuming the role of her sister and telling Chris that she was allegedly killed in a car crash. On October 14th,
The first of many
Nintendo
deaths.
created a subsite of Sonichu.net called Sonichu Fans, which was most notable for incorporating an internet
Big
video
oof.
chat feature, or IRC, where people could gather and chat about Sonichu and other related matters. Over the course of the next couple of months, Chris joined the chat to discuss various topics and answer fan questions. On the same day, YouTube user
It's just my Discord.
69, who was the one who had received Christian's package, showed off the medallions which recently came into his possession. On October 15th, Chris uploaded a 7-page preview of a future Sonichu comic, in which Chris Chan Sonichu travels to the 4-cent garbage building, but is captured by a tractor beam. He is forced to revert to his
Oh,
former
no!
form, which brings his medallion back into existence.
Not my
Chris's
medallion!
minion, Beale, grabs hold of the Sonichu medallion, but is shocked that he remains powerless. Christian reveals that the true source of his power
This is so random. He just decided to fucking add that.
is his amethyst high school ring, to convince the trolls that his medallion was not as important as they had thought it was. He uses his ring to transform back into Chris Chan Sonichu and launches a hyper beam at Beale.
Real!
Ends up hitting Jimmy Hill, knocking out his teeth. On October 20th, The trolls behind Blanca put an end to her story.
Takumi, you're spoiling. Don't spoil.
Icarus 69 filmed himself desecrating the original medallion in a myriad of means. He sliced it and stabbed it with a knife, mimicked it performing forced fellatio on a pickle, placed it into a pickle jar, crushed it with a hammer, and set it ablaze. Quenched the fire by urinating on it.
Perfect. Is delicious.
It's the first time an episode has ended without the piano. That was a lot to take in, though. That was like the first ever like real attack from a troll, like not counting like Encyclopedia Dramatica. But part 7.
What made him this way? What is the attraction? What keeps us fascinated?
Oh wait, badge?
This is the story.
I know what you mean, it just went over my head. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's whatever. Bonsai was the only cool one.
Captain's logs. Star date. October 21st, 2008. Well?
Fuck you.
Blanca and I, well, she broke up with me.
Sad!
The pickle man tricked me again. A few more stupid photos.
Stupid pickle bonk! I keep falling for his nefarious, devious tricks.
So, I'm sad.
Still refusing to accept that Blanca might have been a troll, Christian believed that she broke up with him because of the photos that the pickle man leaked onto Encyclopedia Dramatica.
I hope you jerks and trolls who wanted to break us up are happy. Because all you do is make me feel sad and depressed. And you made me crash into slumber a couple of times.
I gotta do that soon.
And you know, it takes a lot of stress and exhaust and such to make a person feel like they're gonna crash and burn into a whole bunch of into a long slumber. So anyway, I'm sad, and Blanca is sad too.
The Pickle
I'm
Man.
even more sad because her grandma died.
Nevertheless, he had the energy to give an update about Panda Halo and Jimmy Hill.
You know, Panda Halo is the moderator for the fan site on
You guys can stay up, it's Saturday.
I officially approved. She's also helping me against the imposter Jimmy Hill. Again, do not buy anything from that bastard imposter.
Well,
because y'all know he did the same thing to Warner Bros. Years ago.
not there,
He was
yeah.
put to jail for it. So he deserves to be put in jail again. So, yeah. That's it for now. I'm gonna sulk some more and maybe I'll upload this video. I don't know. Y'all take care and be safe.
2 days later, Jessie Ruddy revealed herself to have been untrue, and their relationship ended in an explosive chat in which she branded him a homosexual, with Chris defending himself by professing his desires for sexual practices to be administered unto him by a woman.
What if it was just going through like
She
this?
took part in a fan chat through IRC, trying to bounce back from his breakup with Blanca. During an impromptu question and answer session, he admitted that he was already seeing someone else, claiming her name was Chloe. According to him, they met at a GameStop while pre-ordering Little Big Planet, and had already gone to second base together. According to his story, this would mean that they were dating at the same time that Chris thought of Blanca as his true sweetheart, supporting the theory that Chloe was a fabrication. When asked about her just over a year later, he had absolutely no recollection of her. The name might have been a reference to Chloe Rosechew, an original character created by Sarah Cassandra Mackenzie.
Wait, what's in cum
One
bonk?
day, Christian uploaded his first
Did you put the
Q&A
duck?
video in which he answered 10 questions from Sonichu fans.
This is the first Q&A.
Oh no!
Of a lot of Q&A videos of questions from Sonichu fans on the internet.
That's gonna get me canceled.
Anyway, y'all know who I am. And this is Lil Chris, teddy bear I put together at Creative Career.
Chris introduces Lil Chris, which he created at a
You hit the
creative
channel?
workshop after winning a gift certificate from a radio station years ago.
Good little bear. And this is my guitar.
My
Know
guitar!
my guitar.
Guitar!
Also, this is my wristband. I put it on my wrist for when I play guitar.
Guitar!
Now, on to the questions.
During the Q&A session, he
You know, I got a wristband. I got one of those. Never mind. Just like my glasses, I can't find my wristband that says Minecon on it.
He reveals that he gets his clothes from Goodwill or the Salvation Army.
Fucking
And discusses
bruh.
Sonichu and Nate Cirque.
Started jails at Quickville. What happens when they commit crimes and what's the worst crime? We have jails.
I'm just,
Same as
yeah.
everywhere else,
I'm fucking up
trial,
tonight.
That sentence after being turned guilty or innocent. And the worst crime? Importing cigarettes or alcohol, which the sentence
Haram!
would be 10 years or $1,500 fine. Case dismissed.
He once again mentions Chloe.
And for my tale, what's the status of my love life? 100% heart. Met the girl named Chloe at the GameStop where we have reserved Little Big Planet. She lives around here on Dickerson Road. That's nearby.
Dickerson. Haha.
Other than that, I will leave discreet because I do not want to reveal any more information than necessary for there can be imposters on the internet trying to get a cheap laugh, whatnot. Oh, look at me, I'm a troll. I think I play around as a girl. Hello. Not a good idea. In Quickville, the sentence for that would be 20 years prison or $2,000 fine. Case dismissed.
Christian asked if he would become a sperm donor.
And when I would become a
What's up,
flame
Claire?
donor,
Why do you say it like that?
that's the answer. So that's it for the Q&A, but I want to close this with a comment from somebody else that wants to confirm my identity, a friend of mine, whose name shall remain anonymous at the moment. She says, "Okay, Chris, if you read out this message I sent, I'll know it's you. Please just read it out in full, and then the trolling should stop. I want to talk with you and catch up on everything. You know it's me because I used the word bant."
He unintentionally reveals the identity of the person in question.
I only talk to you on, if I'm 100% sure it's just between you and me.
Why is he
I'm
even
sure.
reading the...
Shame on you. You're the boys. Shame on you.
If he exposed her identity in the video, why wouldn't he just retake it? He's acting like this is a cartoon and he like you can't like take mistakes, you know what I mean? When the villain spouts like their evil plan or whatever and you're just like, "Why did you tell me all that?" And they're just like, "Did I just say that out loud?" It's that energy.
It is uncertain whether these were Megan's actual words or those of a troll who assumed her identity. On the same day, he uploaded a video showcasing his skills on the game Guitar Hero World Tour.
Did I ever show you guys when I made myself in Guitar Hero?
Description. He asked viewers to vote for him in the GameStop Be a Star sweepstakes competition held by GameStop to promote the release of the game Guitar Hero World Tour. The contest asked people to send in photos of themselves in a Guitar Hero pose, and the picture with the most votes would win a $400 GameStop gift card. It was rumored that the winner would also be included as a playable character in the game, but this was proven to be false. This was Christian's entry. He uploaded yet another video on the same day in which he played through his
It's
custom
real!
level in Little Big Planet, based on the events from Sonichu Episode 1.
Let me show you guys that time that I made myself in Guitar Hero. In Guitar! Freaking epic.
Even though there is no audible commentary from Chris, it is most likely that he did provide it during the recording session, as his in-game character's mouth moves, which happens when the player speaks into
It looks like Giorno
to the gaming system.
I see
The
it.
following day, he uploaded a video in which he shows the optional race dash available in his level. On October 31st, two trolls put up a sign on the front lawn of Christian's house. The sign read Encyclopedia Dramatica and also featured an illustration of a black man in a pickle suit.
That's like legitimately terrifying.
Christian page on ED.
Like that's crossing a line.
Cogstaff founded The Quickie, a Wikipedia-style database.
My stand is
dedicated
speed, I
to
love it.
Cataloging Chris's past and present activities. On November 11th, Christian announced on his Sonichu site that he had won the Be a Star sweepstakes after trolls collectively got together to vote for his photo, under the misconception that his likeness would be included in Guitar
What? Wait,
Hero.
what issues? What are you fucking talking about?
$400 gift card with his church congregation, only to later confess that he spent a sizable portion of it on himself by purchasing games for the Nintendo Wii. 3 days later, he posted several videos concerning the game Little Big Planet. In the first, Chris plays through
Is that
his
Meatwad?
custom-made level, styled after the cartoon Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yeah, okay.
Next, he demonstrates how to create your own Sonichu-looking character.
Pro guides!
Later that day, he uploaded another video with audible commentary for the first time.
Hello, y'all should know me by now. All the people on the Little Big Fan community, as well as all my Sonichu and Rosechu fans. If not, my name is Christian Chandler, okay?
He previews the idea of a collector's case, which he designed to store all in-game items he receives.
Basically, the idea of the whole collector's case here is backing up all your items so that when you get to that point, just back up all your items into each of these little...
Literally pro guides.
And when you feel like you need one of those items for level you're working on, you just come back into the level. You just come back into your own version of this level after you add your items.
Quick guides.
In a separate video, he shows off his own personal collection in his own collector's case.
So anyway, I put all my Sonichu level stuff in here, and it was very important to there's a lot of comic covers currently, and also parts, big chunks.
Big chunkus.
10 days later, he made a video telling the story of his experiences with the PS3.
Dude, he like made his guitar.
10 days.
Look, he made his fucking guitar that he painted in real life in Little Big Planet. Like, that's so sick.
Later, he made a video telling the story of his experiences with the PS3, told through a custom Little Big Planet level.
And Sonic 06. Yeah.
Throughout November, Vivian G took part in an online creative writing project called National Novel Writing Month, which calls for participants to write a 50,000-word manuscript during the month of November. Vivian's story was called A Girl Who Brought Down the World, in which Christopher Winfield Vega, a character who resembled Chris in many ways, eventually becomes the supreme ruler of the entire world. Strewn throughout the story are references to Chris's own life, as she attempted to show him the error of his ways in a creative manner. When the novelette was finished, she sent it to his home address, hoping that he would read it. Upon receiving it, he was most concerned about who was going to pay for shipping, but since NaNoWriMo could send the writers one free copy of their own story, it is likely that Vivian offered Christian's address instead. When he brought up the book again months later, he admitted that he had not read it yet. On December 1st, Chris confessed to Panda Halo
What a
that he was
waste.
looking forward to possibly making a new gal pal. I just went out to Golden Corral with my father. Mom stayed home because she didn't feel well. Anyway, I've made a new gal pal today, the server who served me and my father. She was cute. Her name is Caitlin. Eventually, she commented on the Family Guy episode I was playing on my PSP. I introduced myself to her, and there was a peaceful spark. I left her a note on a napkin. I noted my being internet famous and mentioned Sonichu.net, then listed my phone number in inquisition of being friends. If I'm there again, I'll make a note to talk to her again, or ask about her among the staff. My family and I personally know a couple of the other Femall staff members.
Femall.
Both older and taken.
Can you imagine being that waitress and like just trying to be a mensch, trying to be nice to this little man, this little manlet on his PSP, and then he fucking hits you with like this rabbit hole. He just drags you down into the abyss, into the Christian iceberg.
He never mentioned her again. Throughout the last month of the year, Christian continued to make sporadic appearances in the Sonichu fans.
I'm just trying to do my job.
On his personal goings-on and answered any questions. During these chats, Vivian confronted Chris with fake information that challenged his worldviews, such as asking him about non-Caucasian female fans and telling him that a gay fan found him attractive. In an IRC conversation from December 15th, a purportedly female user named Blue Spike asked
Remember this name.
Chris whether he would film a tour of his house. He said he'd consider it. 3 days later, he revealed that he paid $35 to have Sonichu copyrighted. In the same chat, Vivian informed Chris of a Sonichu fan named Ryan Cash, who killed himself when he heard that there would be no more Sonichu comics released as long as the ED page was still up.
So fucking
Christian
random.
said that he was saddened by it, but still made sure to advertise a virtual meeting place for Sonichu fans in PlayStation Home. He added that he would consider making a tribute video for Ryan. On December 22nd, Vivian brought up Ryan Cash again, claiming that his family hoped that their son's death did not upset Chris too much. He confessed that he had an emotional moment, but was feeling better. He offered a message for the family. Try to move on and live life as peacefully as possible. I'm sure Ryan would have wanted his family to be happy as much as possible. I know that God and Jesus would have told them the same thing from the Bible. 5 days later,
He's Oatmeal.
Christian and Panda Halo had an allegedly private chat.
He's Oatmeal MK.
Simmons had come to Australia for a visit, and that she met up with him. She constantly teased Christian, inciting jealousy, by saying that Robert was a really nice guy, and that they went to the beach together, where she got to try out her new bikini. When she asked about a possibility of a threesome involving Rob, Chris, and herself, Christian confessed that he was against it. They discussed masturbation, which they referred to by Christian's preferred euphemism, masturbating. He admitted that he would be willing to be penetrated by a strap-on dildo when they're finally together, and also said that he would have sex with a female dog for her, specifically a
Bruh.
Christian also revealed that he bought a chocolate condom for $1, which he will be saving for their first time. He also confessed that he loved her. The next day, they had another chat in which they discussed more private details, such as Chris's fecal incontinence. During the conversation, Panda confessed that she was having
Wait, his what?
emotional and painful period pains, and unleashed a series of bizarre outbursts at Christian. It especially angered her when he said that he wasn't up for cybersex at the moment. Panda instructed Chris to fuck a dick you're gay anal sex. He later revealed that he lacked inspiration.
We're really pushing that line right now.
Sudden internet fame. Panda said that it must suck being famous for fucking being a fucking retard with autism, you dumb dog fucker. He took little notice of her verbal eruptions, and in general, was growing distant in their interactions. Panda Halo finally managed to convince Chris to film his first video in over 2 months.
Captain's log. I wish to express my deepest appreciation for everybody who voted for me on the Guitar Hero Be a Star contest, and for allowing me to be the first to win the first of the $400 gift cards weekly there.
He also addresses Ryan Cash's family.
And for Ryan Cash and his family, I feel for you and I'm sorry, but best thing you could do for Ryan and yourselves, just to move on. Try to be happy. in the future. Gee, so much power. That's a lot worse than when that child locked himself in the room after seeing Optimus Prime die in the original movie.
He informs his fans that Sonichu Issue 8 will be released in early January and announces that the first meetup of the Sonichu Home Club over on the PlayStation Home Network
Chris.
will take place on January 2nd.
Do not leave me, fans, because, you know, more is to come, definitely, but, you know, it just depends on my inspiration. I get a lot of stress in my life, and it sometimes hinders me, and even my mental block. Yep, a little embarrassed from saying that, but
Yep.
it's a truth. But you can depend on me to have the comics up as soon as possible at my own pace. So, patience will be greatly rewarded. Thank y'all very much, and have a pleasant day, and talk to y'all again in 2009.
2 days later, Cassie Rosechew emailed Chris letting him know that she and her friend Sarah May created Sonichu Girls, a web forum dedicated to the female fanbase of Sonichu.
I
He
need
quickly
that.
came and introduced himself to everyone, and proclaimed that he empathized with the fairer sex. I feel that I am truly in touch with my feminine side, to the point where I'm capable of learning from that to better understand how to treat women in a caring, nurturing, positive way.
Guy
I've also learned
girls.
from Red Skelton of how to be a gentleman. Sometimes I wonder between my caring attitude and the lack of a sweetheart if I was born the wrong gender. I wonder what life would have been like if I had actually been born a girl. But afterwards, I'd realized that I should still appreciate being born a boy to gentleman. God gave me the package, and I signed for it. He thanked his female fandom for treating him like a king. On that same day, Gay for Sonichu, a web forum for the gay Sonichu fans, was founded by one named Ignatius J. Riley, named after a character from the novel A Confederacy of Dunces by John Kennedy Toole.
It's Mario!
January 2nd, 2009, Christian held his first Sonichu Home Club get-together. This event was recorded and later transcribed, but that video has since disappeared.
We should do like a Bonk MK Second Life
He
meetup.
received an email from someone claiming to be Takashi Tezuka, a famous video game director associated with Nintendo. He stated that Nintendo were going to introduce Sonichu and Rosechew as characters in the game Animal Crossing City Folk for the Nintendo Wii. But during development, they left their Wii Connect 24 feature on, and just wandered off into the network and were encountered by the players of the game. The following day, Christian participated in a 2-hour-long chat with members of the Sonichu Girls, who persistently praised and complimented Chris to the point of collectively exclaiming about how they all wanted to lose their virginity to him. Towards the end, he confessed that he didn't get along well with his father, citing his unwillingness to wash his hands, the number of arguments he starts, and his homophobia as pressure points. While getting asked why he didn't move out and live life on his own, he said he was feeling stressed. Blue Spike revealed that her real name was Julie. Behind the scenes, Christian's relationship was getting more heated, which came to a boil in an IRC chat a day later.
Oi! Whoa!
Upset to find out that he was still dating Sarah,
Sorry.
and Chris was compelled to say that he loved her more than Panda. Then Sarah joined the chat and understandably felt betrayed. Everyone in the chat called him a jerk. Julie was so hurt that she threatened to kill herself and left the chat. Christian responded with a somber, "Damn." He then told Sarah that he loved her more than Julie. After a while, Blue Spike came back. Chris regrettably confessed that he got carried away and professed his love to both of them. Julie threatened to reveal his lying ways to the Sonichu Girls. While Chris was still virtually being yelled at and branded as a heartbreaker, he confessed that he needed to finish the comic and left the chat. This day also marked the first documented Skype chat between Chris and Julie, with Julie revealing that she was moving to the United States from her home country, the fictitious Mulvania.
Remember that. And also, if you aren't keeping track, Julie and Blue Spike are like the same person, but also not real.
On January 5th, Christian finally released Sonichu Episode 18 to the public. The prologue of the story once more establishes
Should we make a Mulvania server?
Of legal age by showing the birthday parties of Sonichu, Rosechew, and the Chaotic Combo. At Jungle Beach, Bubble surprises Blake with a birthday cupcake, and they share a kiss. The episode itself begins with news reporters covering the spring break party, with the anchor of FQX News, Greta Squall, without warning, tearing off her suit to jump into the party herself. The scene cuts to
Alright.
DJ jams to Sonichu, who thanks Mayor Chandler for keeping Quickville
Queen.
clean, noting that nobody has to go home drunk or somkey. He then promotes Quick Cola and informs the listeners of the upcoming events. The scene then joins
Did he mean to say smoky? Instead of somky?
Gigliami and Blanca backstage, excitedly waiting to perform.
As an alternative to high?
At the beach enjoying the sun when they spot a mysterious rose chew.
Uh-oh.
Magi-chan telepathically informs Bubbles that there is a Sonichu crystal in the ocean, ordering her to fetch it. Sarah Mackenzie and the late Sarah Jackson make a cameo appearance. Chris incorporates an illustration made by Panda Halo into the artwork.
Hell
Bubbles brings
yeah.
Blake off to the side and tells him that after she receives the crystal, they will meet under Pier 969. After she leaves, the dark new character assumes Bubbles' likeness. Chris then tells the origin story of this new addition to the cast, claiming that one egg from the Rainbow Blast in Episode 1 was launched into space and landed on the moon. After it hatched, Count Graduan appeared to mentor it into adulthood. He announced that she would not be able to give birth, but in return would acquire both male and female genitalia. She, or he, evolved into Sylvana Rosechew. Back in the present day, Bubbles is searching for the crystal, and Christian inserts a reference to the Disney animation The Little Mermaid. Meanwhile,
What did he say?
Christian inserts a reference
Oh. He just takes,
to the
okay.
Disney animation The Little Mermaid.
Alright.
Meanwhile, Blake has just purchased a box of condoms labeled Jimmy, when Sylvana, disguised as Bubbles, surprises him. She convinces him to forego the condoms. They get to the pier and have sex. Unbeknownst to Blake, Sylvana secretes a sleep-inducing nectar from her vagina, which tranquilizes him. Bubbles then texts Blake
It's a
to
trap!
let him know that she will meet him soon. So Sylvana transforms into Blake. In the meantime, Punchy tells Wild how much he fancies Angelica, but can't seem to express his feelings for her. Wild informs him of a dating education class at Quickville University. They agree that they both will join it. Gigliami is backstage and discovers the sleeping body of the true Blake. Bubbles is about to meet with whom she thinks is Blake when Magi-chan sends her a message telling her that he is an imposter. Skeptical, she tells him to use a thunderbolt attack on her. Unable to replicate the attack, she realizes that it's not the real Blake.
What if he just has, like, ED, dude?
Bubbles, Magi-chan teleports her to Blake's bedside.
And I'm not talking about the Encyclopedia Dramatica kind.
Finally, Gigliami gets to perform the song War of Love, written by Blanca Weiss. After she finishes, Christian informs his readership that Blanca found herself a boyfriend and moved back to Kentucky. He also mentions the difficulty he had in choosing one out of 3 women he was flirting with over the internet. Fortunately, God and Jesus made the decision easier for him by killing Sarah Jackson in a car crash and revealing the other to be a troll, possibly referring to Jesse Ruddy. This left only Sarah Mackenzie unscathed, promising her his virginity and eternal loyalty. He gives a brief message of condolence to Ryan Cash.
Thanks,
On the
Chris.
same day the comic was officially completed, Chris received an email from noted game designer and the then senior executive of Nintendo, Shigeru Miyamoto, an elaborate scheme of a troll. The fake Miyamoto told him that he was interested in meeting Chris concerning the Sonichu video game. The same troll also assumed the role of James Zilberstein, the alleged lawyer for Nintendo of America, who was often referred
Jewish!
to as Jay-Z. While very flattered,
Yo, it's Jay-Z! Jay-Z's
to
canon!
Nintendo headquarters in Washington State. The following day, he expressed his elation in a video.
For those of you who own a Nintendo Wii and the Animal Crossing City Folk game, you'll be interested to know. Sonichu and Rosechew, actual villagers, coming to your town. February 24th, 2009, my 27th birthday. And also with that, I am definitely in talks. Aside from the Nintendo associate who has informed me about the Animal Crossing deal, as well as their lawyer, the lawyer in Nintendo of America, who I will not reveal their names. Keep them quiet there.
He talks about an issue concerning the names of some of his characters.
I am working on the edits among the comics, with name changes of some of the characters. Because some of them are based on real life, but most are not.
Some of them are based.
To talk with the lawyer and sort out which were which were most relative to Sonichu himself and the franchise, as well as those that are only relative to me and my person, and those that were not relative to either one. And, I'll just let y'all see what I did with my Wiimote and Nunchuck. Look, Sonichu colors. And I painted silver C's around the Wii. Make it more like Queek. And then, just keeping it C there. Okay, so, enjoy. Continue to make
I would
Sonichu
kill for
very
those.
popular and praise him very much. Then we can get the games made. Alright. That's about it for now. Have a good day.
Christian was told by Miyamoto and or Zilberstein that he was legally obliged to change the names of all the characters in his comics who were based on real people. He proceeded to go through the entire Sonichu back catalog, altering the names of people from his real life. Mary Lee Walsh, for instance, was reimagined as Sloweel Ryam, and sometimes Sloweel the Witch, the names of whom being based on the reverse spelling of Mary Lee Walsh.
It's like Nate Cirque.
Despite him manually altering all the instances of actual people being mentioned in his comic, he made no attempt at correcting the numerous spelling mistakes present throughout. Likewise, he was instructed
Yeah, wait, why?
to Kamehameha attack because the word curse was deemed too aggressive. Chris consequently changed it to a Shin-Ye-Hameha, which was likely to have been a reference to the anime series Excel Saga director's name, Shinichi Nabeshin Watanabe.
So random.
Wordplay to the Nabehameha, which is the iteration used in Excel Saga. This ongoing relationship between Christian and Miyamoto came to be referred to by the trolls as the Miyamoto Saga. They began to apply
I really wanted to use the sound, but they didn't show the right shot.
this label to other past interactions with Chris and
I really wanted to.
be they real or fake. For example, his relationship with Megan became known as the Megan Saga. His conflict with Stackhouse was the Adam Stackhouse Saga, and his failed romance with Blanca became the Blanca Saga.
So now you guys understand why anytime that 2GG pre-quarantine announces that they want to do their next saga, I'll quote retweet it saying Sonichu Saga. Because it's like this. They could do Miyamoto Saga. It'd be great. They could do a Pickel Saga. Sega Saga, Sega Gaga. Bunk, when are you going to make a Sonic OC and have documentary dedicated to your channel? Speed is definitely going to be in the Bonk MK Iceberg video. Whenever that fucking happens, Speed is going to be there.
This categorization system became common practice with future trolling endeavors and important life events. On January 6th, the same troll who posed as Miyamoto and his lawyer assumed the identity of Greg Mays, a web designer working for Nintendo, and emailed Chris, informing him that he had been assigned with the task of redesigning the Sonichu website in anticipation of Sonichu and Rosechu's incorporation into Animal Crossing. After a few exchanges, Christian gave Greg the administrative password to Sonichu.net.
6653 man will be there too.
So Chris could not access it anymore. His other themed websites were also blocked. Mays claimed that lawyers representing Sega suspended the site due to a copyright conflict. Despite Mays denying it, Chris accused him of being a troll. Now listen, sir. I want you to restore all the files you've deleted from Sonichu.net, the Sonichu and Rosechu fan site, Quick's Pokesite 2, and the other Quick sites that were on there, or I will
He
have
has
my
so
law
many
with the people
websites.
of Nintendo and the people of Sega, even the power of Mr. Miyamoto himself, bring in a tracking team, track you down, and force you to restore Sonichu.net, and all with a cruel, beating up, terribly painful punishment. You do not want to remain on my bad side. My fangs are sharp, and I can thirst for blood, even though I'm a Cherokee, not a vampire. Greg Mays even showed Chris a mock-up of the proposed new design to prove that he was not a troll, only to be apparently fired by Nintendo. Look, thanks to a mistake on Sega's part, I've lost my job, and now I can't feed my kids for the next week. I offered to restore the site, but you wouldn't let me, so the client, you, has been lost, and my employer just fired me. I am crying right now. Thanks. Christian made a video addressing the issue.
Yes! We got him!
A troll having found access to the database behind Sonichu.net. It is temporarily shut down, and I cannot change the password at the moment.
You got him, Chris.
But apparently the guy said that it can't fix it, so pretty much forced him to do it. So, Greg Mays,
Dinkelberg.
gmail.com with 3 G's in the Greg.
Oh my fucking god.
If you
HH.
do not re-upload Sonichu.net, that's the way it was, I will come down at you with my boys from Nintendo and my lawyer man from Nintendo, Jay-Z.
Yo, Jay-Z is gonna fuck you up!
From Nintendo and the boys at Sega, they're gonna track you down. We're gonna punish you for what you did if you don't bring my website.
Period.
The way it was.
For real.
Jay-Z, if you were the one of the trolls that wanted a response, you're getting it. So just listen to me, you jerk. Re-upload it, or we're gonna rain heckle on you, because I'm not afraid to show my fangs.
I don't know what's up with him and, like, showing off his, like, incisors or whatever, but I have a relatable story. When I was a kid in, like, elementary school, I used to do that for some reason, and I was like, they kind of look like fangs, don't they? They look more like nipples, actually. I did that for like a month. I thought it was like my superpower. This was also in like 2nd grade when we would do the LARPing and shit, so like there you go. That explains that. Nipple lips. I'll never do that again.
I digress. Peace and love to all the rest of the loyal Sonichu and Roast Your Pants. Thank you for your patience.
I hate how yellow it makes him too, because it reminds me of the shitty hotel that I had to live in for senior year of high school. It was like the same exact color on the inside. It's so bad. Sometimes it gets so yellow when I'm like close enough to the monitor that like it reflects back on me too, and it's just like, Jesus Christ, I feel like I'm in the room with him right now.
Despite the troubles concerning his website, he continued to correspond with Shigeru Miyamoto, recounting the discussions he had with his parents. Mr. Miyamoto, my mother has given the issue much thought, and she feels that she should come with me to be my escort. Personally, I also would feel better and safer with her around. I'm sure you can understand, since upon my understanding based on your past story ideas with Pokemon at least, and Ash with his mother in the 2nd and 3rd movies.
Am I yellow?
And I felt the sense of those who were
Bonk Simpson?
had deep affections for their mothers as well. We were deeply moved. My father, who has traveled with General Electric, says that Nintendo should pay for mine and my mother's tickets in advance. Then my mother and I can pick them up at the airport. Please let me know swiftly if it's possible. Due to our financial situation, and my father being a penny pincher, we need you to advance the tickets to me and my mother, please. Barbara herself contributed an email to Miyamoto. We apologize for any inconvenience. A rush request of this nature jams the thinking process and does not allow time for working out all details to...
How does he get his parents to believe this? Like, they have to be so out of touch. Then again, Bob is so senile and doesn't even understand, like, the way copyrights work, to the point where he's saying that Chris and Sonichu could become famous when Sonichu is, like, doomed for failure. But, like, how does he get them to believe, after, like, looking at those shitty comics that he makes, that this has any potential to go anywhere with any major game publisher? Like, no.
Travel from coast to coast and does not allow for necessary financial arrangements. We thank you for this opportunity and hopefully can come to the best solutions for all involved in this venture. Robert and Barbara, writer, have...
Yeah, but, like, even if they're as gullible as him, like, wouldn't they still be like, this probably isn't how it works when people make video games, right? Like, no.
Both had experience with big business.
I don't think they have an excuse.
And Reynolds medals. Of historic value to the computer world, Robert was in on the research and development from the beginning, and without his knowledge, NES might not have arrived so soon. We look forward to joining with you in this venture. Yours truly, Barbara Weston Chandler.
Wait, why did they say that they can thank Bob for the NES?
Experience with big business with General Electric Company and Reynolds medals. Of historic value to the computer world, Robert was in on the research and development from the beginning, and without his knowledge, NES might not have arrived so soon. We look forward to joining with you in this venture.
What is, I don't know what they said. Must have been earlier.
Robert Franklin Chandler Jr., father. After arranging a new date, Chris presented Zilberstein with new game ideas. talked about his vast game collection and suggested that it would be no trouble for...
They were in their, like, 40s or some shit when they had Chris. It was way too late. It might have been even later than that.
Miyamoto to send him $800 to cover the trip to Washington. He suggested a plan B, which involved flying Miyamoto to Chris's house instead, but understood that it would be challenging, given his busy schedule. When suggested that he should sell off his games to pay for his trip, Chris stated that he couldn't, due to the history he had with them. He also talked about receiving a monthly social security payment for his disability, and then talked about the numerous times in his life he overcame the odds. On January 12th, the troll behind Greg Mays told Chris that he was actually Jason Kendrick Howell, and said that in order to regain access to Sonichu.net, he had to make a video announcing that he was either straight or gay, leaving the choice up to Chris. He made a 9-second long video stating that he was straight, holding up a poster of Britney Spears as proof.
Don't you forget it.
That's a good eye. You have a good eye, Mage, because they're gonna talk about that later. That's world building for the comics.
By its brevity, the one who called himself Jason ordered Chris to make a much longer video. He conceded, making a near 10-minute long video in which he professes that he is straight.
You know who I am. But I have randomly decided to make this video because I am sick of all the false accusations and rumors and slanders that have been going around on the internet against me.
This is definitely a Nintendo Facts stream.
So I tell you for sure,
I love that.
I am straight. Most of my friends
look at these Nintendo Facts.
I've had
Look at these
only
Pro
few
Guides Facts.
male acquaintances. And they
I'm learning
rapidly
so
turn
much.
me off, the majority of them, because they are rude, crude, and inconsiderate, causing wars and such. But women are so kind and sweet, and you don't have to look at any of them in bikinis or in a nude to fail to see the beauty in each and every wonderful woman. You know, between them and me and the majority of the world, we all just want to be understood. And I understand the ladies. I understand the women. You could definitely see the sheer brilliance of their delightful personalities between each and every one of them. And just because they act in a harsh nature, even when they should be calm and peaceful, they still care about the men in their lives.
There's such thing as non-sexual relationships?
That she and her husband put together.
Bullshit.
Like I would be putting together with my sweetheart. My sweet panda. Never gonna give you up. I appreciate the inner beauty more than the outer beauty, but yet I am attracted to the outer beauty as well.
He rickrolled us.
Of my gender should be able to appreciate.
He let us down.
And Playboy has been able to help us in
And I make sweet love every night. He just whips it out like...
that sense to better relate and further our appreciation for the female species. The females, the women, the beautiful ladies.
But we should be educating each other about anatomy. It's quite simple, really.
Holding a Playboy, I still care about the women.
Banned.
I'll even go as far as to stoop to one low level. Boobies.
Wait. You really were going with the narrative that we were comparing him to oatmeal for that long, Knight? Come on.
Vaginas.
Come on. What if Oatmeal was doing a service, like a stream of Bible study, and then all of a sudden you just hear him say like this mantra?
Gorgeous. Christian Weston Chandler. I am straight.
Gorgeous. Simply sublime.
Peace.
After the video was completed, Hal asked one more thing of Chris. Saddened by the loss of
Is
both
Oatmeal a
of his
Mormon?
brothers,
I think that's
he
what it
wanted
is,
Chris
yeah.
to make a video with Bob and Barb and have them express how proud they are
He
of him.
just does
He
his
said that
own
he would film
thing.
it soon. He never did. On January 15th, 2009, Chris announced that Sonichu.net was restored and also uploaded a video officially denouncing ED.
I'm pretty sure Oatmeal thinks I'm like going to hell for being Jewish.
I'm making a statement that majority to every single detail on that heinous page against me is all a pack of lies, bunch of slanders, twists of my own actual words and drawings and such for the trolls / internet bullies' own evil purposes. I'm a good person.
I don't know what he is. I don't want to.
Good-natured, but I will show my fangs.
I don't want to pry. Yo, he's showing the fangs.
I'm good-natured, but I will show my fangs when I have to. Only when I have to. I'm showing my fangs right now against that page.
He also thanks Sarah Mackenzie and the Sonichu girls for their ability to appreciate and understand him for who he is.
Yeah, this is the last one
Making
tonight.
it official. Nobody will be allowed or ever able to use anything on that page, that Encyclopedia Dramatica page, with the name Chris Chan or something similar along the lines of running to Christian Weston Chandler or Christopher Weston Chandler, or even Christopher Christian Weston Chandler or Christian Christopher Weston Chandler, among those names. I curse y'all to bad luck and extreme misfortune. Shinye Hame Ha! Peace.
The following day, Christian stated that Jason had seized control of Sonichu.net once again and announced the conception of his new domain.
That bastard, Jason Kendrick Howe, the guy...
Oh, it gets me every time.
Encyclopedia Dramatica page, hacked my tripod account the first time, and after recovering the password and full capability of the tripod account, he just had to do it again. So in the future, from this point on, it's Sonichu.info. Info.
On January 17th, the troll masquerading as Jason Kendrick Howell revealed himself to be Ryan Cash's older brother, Clyde Cash. Refusing to believe this latest revelation, he continued to refer to the troll as Howell and left an angry message on his voicemail.
Jason Kendrick Howell, you bastard! Bastard! You hacked into everything! You have driven me so beyond the wall I can't even describe it! You love me now, but I pray you dead! Goodbye!
With Troll's moves and behavior becoming predictable, Chris could have had the sense to ignore them, as he had stated before, and not fuel the fire. He could have realized that the trolls only craved for attention and would grow in tenacity once noticed. Clyde Cash would prove to be no different.
It's regretful.
Alright. I think that's a perfect place to leave off. What a absolute snowball after watching the first 4 parts, am I right? Absolutely insane. And it only gets crazier. And I want you guys to keep Blue Spike in your thoughts. I don't want you to look up what they did. If you end up doing it and caving in, I don't blame you, but I really don't want you to do it, because what they end up doing is so fucking horrible. Matt already knows. I know that Jay-Z knows. It's gotten so out of hand. It's crazy. And I want you to keep Clyde Cash in your thoughts too, because that's going to become also very instrumental. What part are we on? We just finished part 7, so we're going to start part 8 next time. I don't know if we're going to be doing a quiz for next time, but what I do know is that tomorrow is based in Red Pill Men's tournament. I'm gonna be doing Frame Perfect Series. I haven't practiced in a few days, but I'll practice a little bit tomorrow. It was important enough that we had to move Sunday school a day early, but everyone was excited for early Chris Chan and an early quiz. We love learning! Yay, we love learning! But yeah, guys. We can talk about this more in the Discord, of course. I'm excited to see the clips. I really want to go back to the clip of the Incredible Lioness or whatever, and when I put the fucking scream sound effect. I really want to watch that. Maybe tweet it. But yeah, tomorrow the plan is warm up a bit, and then after that we're gonna make everybody at all costs. Even if I have to do the funny man thing. If you know, you know. Who made the Sonichu MK? That was made by Pandango. Who also made the Bonk Jam emote, and also some other emotes that'll be coming up later. But unfortunately, we can't make any more emotes until I get partner. So we're at a bit of a wall. We're gonna have to overcome it and really grind. Which, of course, the timing of everything with me and Pro Guides right now is kind of potentially compromising that. But we'll do our best. It's really not the end of the day, end of the world to me. So, we'll get there. I hope it takes a village, a quick village. But with that, what do you guys say that we find someone to raid? I'm thinking we can just do Charlie. I love this song. I'm gonna let the song play out, and then I'm gonna raid Charlie. Thanks for watching, guys.